cash on all 2005 Subaru Legacy and Legacy Outbacks. Subaru is America's #1 selling all-wheel drive vehicle. Subaru's summer clearance time. Don't miss this great time to save. All-wheel drive. It's all I'll drive.
Closed captioning for Red Sox baseball on Nesson is brought to you by Aflac. Ask about it at work. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to Fenway Park.
That ball is up, that ball is gone! Strike 3 call! Hey, struck him out! And the Red Sox will win! Live from Fenway Park in Boston, the New England Sports Network presents Boston Red Sox baseball. This afternoon, the Red Sox wrap up their 3-game series with the Royals. Hi, everybody. I'm Don Orsillo. Welcome to Red Sox baseball. The Red Sox today wrapping up their series with the Royals and a different-looking Red Sox lineup. As a result of the collision last night between Edgar Renteria and Manny Ramirez out of the Red Sox lineup today, listed as day-to-day. Roberto Pedagini called up from the Pawtucket Red Sox. John Olerud placed on the disabled list today for the Red Sox. Pedagini in the Red Sox lineup today. He will bat cleanup. Started the season with the Red Sox in spring training, but then had the knee injury and surgery. Came back to play every day for the Pawtucket Red Sox. Last appeared in the major leagues with the Reds back in '98 and has major league experience with Houston, San Diego, and the New York Mets, as well as 6 seasons in Japan. As we welcome in Jerry Remy. Jerry, certainly a horrific sight last week in Tampa Bay for Matt Clement, back in there today.
Yeah, last Tuesday at Tropicana Field, of course, the last pitches we had of Matt Clement was laying on that mound after getting hit on the line drive by Carl Crawford. Now, fortunately for Clement, it did go off the side of his head, and he just laid motionless on the field for the longest time, spent the night in the hospital for observation. Everything as well. As a matter of fact, the following night on Wednesday, he traveled back with the ball club. So, you know, he's waited a long time to get back on the mound, and you know, he says he's anxious to get out there, but yet I'm sure there's some reservation, Don. There has to be. It's just like a hitter getting hit in the head with a pitch. I mean, the next time you go up there, you're concerned about it. And I'm sure it's going to take him a couple of innings to settle in. Once he gets some contact against him, some ground balls, some fly balls, maybe a strikeout or 2, I'm sure he'll relax, but he's got to be thinking about it when he goes out there for the first time.
The Royals today will have DJ Carrasco on the mound. The first pitch from Fenway after this.
We know what you're thinking. There's got to be an easier way to pay bills. That's why Bill Pay from Sovereign Bank lets you pay your bills in minutes online with just a few clicks. Setup is easy. Simply enter your information once and it's there anytime you need to pay a bill. Then type in the payment amount, choose the payment date, and send. It's that simple. So get Sovereign Bill Pay today. It's fast, easy, secure, and free with any Sovereign checking account. Sovereign Bank.
Come on down and do Bob Swivel dance. Gather round now, this is your big chance. 6 chairs that swivel in a line, plus table upon which you can dine. Check out this great hideaway leaf. Go, Bobby. You'll shake your head in disbelief. Not 12, 11, 10, or even 9. No, 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 it's $7.99. Come on down and do Bob Swivel dance.
Hey, what are you doing?
I'm waiting.
Come on, let's go.
Where?
Over there. What's your name?
Jerry.
Jerry, you know what a skid plate is for? Off-road stabilizer bars? A locking rear differential? Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Jerry!
Chevy Silverado, an American Revolution.
Red Sox baseball on Nesson is brought to you by your Boston area Lexus dealers, by Coors Light, by New England Toyota dealers, by Aflac, by Hyundai, by Dunkin' Donuts, and by Southwest Airlines. Hey, good afternoon once again, everybody. Welcome back to Fenway Park. A beautiful day for baseball. High blue skies, not a cloud in the sky for the final game of this 3-game series between the Red Sox and the Kansas City Royals. The Red Sox trying to make it a perfect homestand. Before we get started, let's send it down to field level and the third member of our broadcast team, Eric Freed. Eric?
And for more on today's starter, Matt Clement, it's amazing really when you think what happened at St. Petersburg last Tuesday, 8 days ago, when he took the line drive off the head. And there are a lot of questions as Clement comes out to the field here today. How will he react after he throws that first pitch? Here's what Matt has to say.
I can't guarantee how I'm going to do when I'm out. I probably will flinch. I don't know if I'll flinch. I'm not expecting to, but if it seems like it's a problem tomorrow after the game, then maybe I'll have to talk to somebody. But I think right now that I'm pretty confident going out there and just going out and trying to do my job.
As for how he feels, he says he feels great. Since last Tuesday, he had a couple of Tylenol. He's got a little scab on the top of his right ear, and that's about it. All we have left, really, is the videotape we've seen over and over again. But from Matt Clement, he's about ready to take the next step, guys.
All right, Eric, thanks very much. As he has taken the mound, let's take a look at the Kansas City Royals starting lineup brought to you by Enrico. David DeJesus leads it off in center field. Ruben Gauthier at second base. Mike Sweeney, the designated hitter, with Matt Stairs at first base. Neil Brown in right field. Terrence Long in left field. Angel Barreau at shortstop. Mark Tian at third base bats eighth. And Alberto Castillo catches the day game after the night game. He bats ninth. As they do indeed face Matt Clement.
Matt Clement 10-3 on the season, and this will be his 22nd start, a 4.43 ERA. It'll be making his first appearance ever against the Kansas City Royals. And you see the winning percentage, the highest among American League starters with at least 6 wins, of course, to 10 for Clement. Now, last time out, as we well know, only 2 1/3 against Tampa Bay. One thing Matt would like to do is cut down on his home runs. Over his last 4 games, he's allowed 9 home runs during that span. The Red Sox defense is brought to you by Lexus, and of course last night the collision between Renteria Ramirez and actually Manny getting the worst end of this, so he will not be in the lineup today. It'll be Miller, Renteria, Cora, and Pettangini in the infield, Millard, Damon, Kapler in the outfield, and Jason Varitek doing the catching. One correction on that, it is not Kapler out in right field, it's Jose Cruz Jr.
Joe West has the plate for the umpires. Brian Gorman at first base, Mike DeMuro at second base, and Mark Carlson, the umpire, at third. David DeJesus leading it off for the Kansas City Royals. They're in their alternate jersey today, wearing the black top as DeJesus stands in. And the first pitch from Matt Clement sends the ball right back at him in Tampa, and he takes strike one. 291, 7 home runs, and 48 runs batted in for DeJesus. And you mentioned as part of the open, really it's going to take just seeing some contact from the hitters a little bit and getting those first couple of innings out of the way.
I would think so, Don. You know, anytime that guy swings the bat for the first time, I'd be anxious to see how Matt Clement reacts to it.
So in tap foul. Clement said after the line drive that hit him in the head, one of the first emails he received was from his good friend Mark Pryor, the pitcher for the Chicago Cubs. And of course he had been hit in the arm, actually fracturing the arm. And I'm sure they have spoken as to how his return is, and many pitchers have had to come back from this, and what things help. Probably just getting that first outing out of the way is the biggest thing that will help as this one bounces in.
He actually wanted to make his start a couple of days ago, but of course Francona and Dave Wallace are convincing him to push it back a few days to today. Gives him a little bit more rest, but you know, it's like anything else. You want to get right back out there as soon as possible.
2 balls, 2 strikes to DeJesus. In the air, foul down the right field line. That'll find its way back into the seats. Well, as we mentioned off the top, the different looking lineup for the Red Sox today, the addition of Roberto Pettangini. we heard so much about in the beginning of spring training for the Red Sox, and guy was vying for the first base spot and then had the knee injury and sort of took him out of the mix. Strike 3 call, and Clement starts the day off by striking out De Jesus.
Clement picking up that outside corner. Looks to be a cut fastball from Clement. You see Varitek jumping away and right into the mitt. Didn't have to move it at all.
So 1 down, and brings up Ruben Gotay. Batting towards the bottom of the order last night and started at second base, back in there today. In that last outing for Clement, it lasted just 2/3 of an inning. 2 1/3 innings, 4 hits, 3 runs. And the Red Sox eventually won 10-9 as this one's grounded hard outside of first.
Gotay right now in a slump, a 1-for-24 slump. 0-for-4 in the ball game last night, but yet moved up to the 2 spot in the batting order.
The lip of the grass at third is Bill Miller. The rest of the infield backed up. Gotay sends it to deep right. Jose Cruz Jr. back, and this one will one hop into the seats. A ground roll double, and to second base goes Gotay with 1 out. It looked like Jose Cruz Jr. got a real good look at that ball headed to right.
No, I don't think so, Don, because he stopped early. He slowed up early like he was going to play the ball off the wall on a bounce or something. You just see him go back and then just kind of pull up. And the ball really not that far over his head. Of course, with that short wall, it bounces into the stands for the ground rule double.
So he is figuring out how to play right field here at Fenway Park. Had a ball get by him last night. It stayed along the wall, hugging it to the corner. Here's Mike Sweeney, the designated hitter for Kansas City. Sweeney at .312, 16 homers and 58 runs batted in.
But next door just a little while ago there were a whole host of people in there. They would have had a souvenir. All of a sudden it's cleaned out.
There's nobody in there, and there's a ball in there. Somebody would be in there very quick to retrieve it, I'm sure. And I was looking to see if somebody would make the catch, and there's nobody in there to make the catch. But it ended up in there. Swing and a miss for Sweeney as he goes chasing. It's a ball and 2 strikes. Well, Sweeney has been the best member of the Kansas City Royals over the last couple of years. A guy whose numbers always very good and certainly a power threat. Carlos Beltran was right there with him, of course, over the last couple of years. But of course, he left last year and now calls Shea Stadium his home as a member of the Mets. Four straight seasons Sweeney has been an all-star. He waits on the 1-2 from Clement. In the dirt outside. Varitek sprawling to his right, and the count evens up at 2-2.
Mike Sweeney, one of those guys who stands very, very deep in the batter's box and almost out of it, but he does have a little bit of that foot on the white line. He's getting it back as far as he possibly can, and now out.
It's moving completely. It started all right. Now it's not all right. And it's going further back. Well, the ground to third base. Miller looks the runner back at second and fires to first for out number 2.
It's interesting watching that, how, you know, he gets on the white line and then he just keeps moving back and back and back till finally that foot is out of the batter's box. And of course, I'm sure that's something that comes to the attention of Jason Varitek. With every swing of the bat to get loose, the foot goes back just a little bit more. Plus, if you make contact with one foot completely out of the batter's box, you're out. But I've never seen that called at home plate in that situation like that.
2 down. Gauthier still at second base, and here's Matt Stairs. You know who got the ball?
Tom Caron?
Yes.
You're kidding me.
No. First guy in the booth. And he has secured the baseball. His son Jack is here.
Now that TC, he gets all the perks, you know. He's got the big dressing room over at Nesson, the workout facilities all for just him. Now he walks in and gets a souvenir. Unbelievable. I mean, some people just live the charm life.
Ball and a strike to Matt Stairs with Gauthier in scoring position at second base. Clement looks in his direction and deals with a pitch that's in there for a strike. First pitch. Pitches in the inning for Clement with 2 outs and Gauthier at second base. Now he'll back off. Varitek goes through the signs once again. Away this time. Some groans from the crowd as they thought perhaps it picked up the corner. It's 2-2.
Groans from the crowd, but I believe the right call by Joe West, the home plate umpire this afternoon.
Full count to Stairs.
Tried again, try to go away one more time, and again just missing the corner.
Varitek headed out to talk with Clement as Emil Brown waits on deck for Kansas City. Today, the Red Sox would have won as many as 8 in a row for the first time since 2004, where they had their season best 10-game winning streak. That was from August 24th through September the 3rd. The off pitch. Stairs lines it into right field, a base hit. Gauthier being waved around. The throw goes into first base. And scoring from second is Gauthier. The Kansas City Royals with a 2-out RBI take the 1-0 lead.
Well, after just missing a couple of times on the outside corner, back out over the plate with the fastball, and Stairs with the line drive. The cut fastball there, and Stairs picks up his 43rd RBI.
Right fielder, number 35.
Jose Cruz with the throw to home plate, but no chance as that ball bounces before it even gets to Pettigini.
Clement, for the most part, does not give up first inning runs. 8th first inning run that he has given up in 22 starts now. But he has allowed one here in the first inning with 2 down. Here's Emil Brown.
I mean, you don't see anything like him flinching or anything on any pitch or any contact, but yet his pace is very, very slow here in the first inning.
Not used to him working this deliberately. Swing and a miss, and the count evens at 1-1. Bill Brown at 287, 10 homers and 50 runs batted in. It's affected his teammates as well. We saw Tim Wakefield hit the deck the other day on a ball back at him that he thought was hit harder than it was. And it certainly has affected everybody who saw it, was around it, his teammates. The ball, and it's 2-1.
Last night, Brown had 4 excellent at-bats in that game. He was 2 for 4, but with any luck could have been 4 for 4. Hit the ball hard 4 times.
The center field, Damon was deep. He's coming on hard. He'll make the running catch. The Royals get a run. The Red Sox coming up.
Here's how much you'll pay on any vehicle right now at Lincoln Mercury of Raynham. That's right. Nothing. The mega red tag sale going on right now at Lincoln Mercury of Raynham. And you can buy vehicles with absolutely nothing down. Shop our huge selection of new or pre-owned foreign or domestic cars, trucks, vans, or SUVs. Hurry now to Lincoln Mercury of Raynham's mega red tag sale. And here's how much you'll pay down. That's right. Nothing. Mega red tag sale now through Saturday.
At Geico.com, you can handle all your car insurance needs online. It's so easy, a caveman could do it.
Seriously, we apologize. We had no idea you guys were still around.
Yeah, next time maybe do a little research.
Gentlemen, are we ready to order?
I'll have the roast duck with the mango salsa. I don't have much of an appetite, thank you.
Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
Take a look at Clement on that last ball that was hit to center field. And everything looks fine. I mean, I haven't noticed anything in any one of his pitches where, you know, that head snapping away. So the 1 inning under his belt.
Well, we head to the last half of the first. The Red Sox lineup is brought to you by Dodge. Johnny Damon leads it off. Edgar Renteria at shortstop. Back in there today after the collision with Manny Ramirez. David Ortiz at DH. Roberto Pettigini in there at first base. Jason Varitek doing the catching with Kevin Millar out in left. Bill Miller at third base. Alex Cora at second base. And Jose Cruz Jr. bats ninth and right. Red Sox go up against DJ Carrasco.
Carrasco making his 15th start. He's 5-5 on the season. Was recalled from Omaha. That's their AAA ball club back on May 12. He's appeared in 4 games in his career against the Red Sox, but only a total of 3 2/3 innings.
Damon fouling it off himself, and he tumbles down. I'm trying to jog it off.
Well, the Red Sox are battered and bruised. And that right off the shin, it looked like Johnny Damon.
Damon beginning the day hitting at .338, atop the American League in batting average. 8 points better than now Michael Young, who's taken over the number 2 spot. The Texas Rangers shortstop. Young second now in the American League. Brian Roberts has slipped to third at .327. And speaking of slipping, the Orioles lost again last night out on the West Coast. They've lost 8 in a row. Swing and a miss, and Damon strikes out.
The Kansas City defense is brought to you by New England Toyota dealers. Today it'll be Mark Tehan at second base, Angel Baroa the shortstop, Ruben Gauthier at second, and Matt Stairs at first. Baroa having all kind of problems defensively last night, and he has 14 errors on the season. Terrence Long in left field, David DeJesus the center fielder, Emil Brown in right, and Alberto Castillo getting the start today behind the plate.
One down for Edgar Renteria. Showing bunt, grabbing the attention of Martin from third base. Where available, this telecast can be heard in Spanish by selecting the SAP button on your television remote. Enjoy the game.
Buenas tardes, amigos.
Renteria hits at .273, 6 homers, 36 runs batted in, and get the impression that he's not 100% after that collision last night.
Now, Manny certainly got the worst end of that. I'm sure today Renteria kind of banged up, but able to start this ball game, be in the lineup.
Manny's ribs were sore today, and apparently that eye is still very red, and the eye was the bigger concern than the ribs, apparently.
Yeah, we noticed that last night. You know, you could see the redness in the eye, not only the bloody nose, but the eye. And of course, I think that's the biggest concern, because if it's scratched or anything like that, I mean, any kind of blurred vision, that becomes a major problem for Manny.
And it was blurred today. He did take some extra hitting in the tunnel areas. Down to first base goes Renteria with a 1-out walk.
Carrasco now with 32 walks in 82 and 2/3 innings to go along with 34 strikeouts. Not a power pitcher. Fastball, curveball, slider, changeup. He got Damon on the curveball and then walks Renteria.
1 out, 1 on for Ortiz, hitting at .300 with 25 homers, 88 runs batted in. Bit of a shift on here for Kansas City. Angel Baroa, the shortstop, right around the bag at second, but still barely on the left side of the infield with a double play possibility.
Now, last night with that same shift on, Ortiz hit a line drive right up over the head of Baroja, the shortstop, in about that same spot.
Gets the arms out of the way and takes ball 2. Ortiz 3 for 7 so far in the series with a double. Outside, and Ortiz ahead 3-0. We've seen the Royals stay away from David Ortiz for the most part, especially when he has not had Manny batting behind him. And today it is Roberto Pettigini who bats behind him. A 4-pitch walk to David Ortiz. Nothing good there from DJ Carrasco, and it's back-to-back walks allowed by Carrasco. Let's check in with Eric Freed. Eric.
And it is Roberto Pettigini batting cleanup for the Red Sox today in place of Manny Ramirez. And Pettigini has been playing great baseball for Pawtucket. Ron Johnson, the manager down there, has raved about him. Terry Francona not afraid to slide him right into the lineup today and bat him fourth.
You're talking about a guy with a lot of experience, and he didn't just get hot, he stayed hot, and he was a good teammate, and I know they really raved about him. RJ talked about how good a kid he was and what kind of hitter he was, so it's kind of exciting to watch him because I think he's going to help us win.
Has an opportunity right here in his first at-bat, guys.
All right, Eric, thanks very much.
We only saw him a few times during spring training, and every swing he took was a power swing. You know, slight uppercut swing, and you can see the 20 home runs down at Pawtucket, 327 average, walks a lot. And the first meeting of the day for the Royals, you know, they've got back-to-back walks. The only team that's walked more guys than the Kansas City Royals are the Tampa Bay Devil Rays.
We saw a lot of Guy Hansen last night, the pitching coach for Kansas City.
Way too much.
Yeah, he's out there again today, right out of the gate.
That's what happens, though, when you have struggling pitchers. You get a lot of visits from your pitching coach, your manager.
Carrasco is able to strike out Damon to begin the inning. Back-to-back walks, Renteria and Ortiz. Pettigini grounds it right side. Gote to second for one, back to first. The double play. So Pettigini grounds into the inning-ending double play. Red Sox trail 1-0.
They don't care that Valero Energy Corporation is the nation's largest independent refiner. or that we're an industry leader in the production of environmentally clean energy products, or that our 4,600 stores market food and fuel to keep most of North America going. They just know that among the thousands of Valero employees who volunteer for community service every day, there's one who has energy to spare. For them, Valero, the energy to take you anywhere.
Hi, I'm Jay Grant from Somerset Subaru, inviting you to come down and experience the all-new 2006 symmetrical all-wheel drive B9 Tribeca, a progressive sport utility vehicle that offers new levels of refinement and flexible seating for up to 7. Somerset Subaru is also offering huge savings on our entire inventory, including the ever-popular Outback and Forester models, as well as our extensive pre-owned inventory. So visit Somerset Subaru, just minutes from Providence, Fall River, and New Bedford.
To have the lowest prices, you must have the lowest cost.
To have the lowest cost, you must have the power of Bob's.
See this sofa? It's only $7.99.
It's not just any sofa. It has his and hers recliners and a drop-down armrest with cup holders.
Not good enough? I also include dual massage.
This sofa, with all the perks, is just $7.99.
Remember, to have the lowest prices, you must have the power of Bob's.
It's elementary.
Well, kids, if you're 14 and younger and haven't already joined Red Sox Kid Nation presented by Hood, now is the perfect time. Benefits include a subscription to the Kid Nation newsletter and discounts for tickets to selected games and the Red Sox team store. Membership is just $20. Pick up an application at redsox.com or by calling 888-RED-SOX-6. If you're at the game, you can go to the Big Concourse or Gate E for an application. Plenty of kids in the stands today.
Matt Clement returns to the hill here for the top half of the second inning. He allowed a run in the first inning. You see through 24 first inning pitches. And he faces Terrence Long, Angel Baroa, and Mark Teahan. Terry Francona was out to talk to the home plate umpire Joe West in between innings. Terrence Long getting another start in left field today for Kansas City. 280 batting average, 5 homers and 34 runs batted in. Long grounds it foul outside of first base, and it's 1-1. Scored 6 runs over his last 8 games. And has been very good with runners in scoring position, hitting at .354. Away, 2-1 to Long. Red Sox after the ball game will charter to Minnesota. Play a weekend series against the Minnesota Twins and wrap up the season series with the Twins. Clement comes into today's outing with a 10-3 record. A 4.43 earned run average, allowed a first inning run. Red Sox able to take the first game of the series 6-4. Tim Wakefield the winner. Last night Wade Miller getting the victory. So the Red Sox won 8-5. Full count now to Terrence Long. It's Wade Miller back there behind Tim Wakefield. Victor here last night. A little bounce back after he had missed the start with some shoulder stiffness. Swing and a miss. Clement starts the second the way he started the first. That's by way of the K.
2 strikeouts for Clement, both on fastballs. Elevates this time just above the belt against Terrence Long to pick up the strikeout.
Angel Baroa had a tough night last night defensively. The shortstop for Kansas City charged with a couple of errors. It's a .256, 7 homers and 29 runs batted in. In the air to left. Millar out there today. Started back, now comes in and retrieves out number 2. This player profile is brought to you by Sovereign Bank, the official bank of the Red Sox cable network. And August has always been kind to Matt Clement. 220 career strikeouts in the month of August, the most of any month. And he appears here for the first time in a Red Sox uniform in the month of August. Has 2 strikeouts already today. Martin, the batter. The Royals are 0-6 on this current 7-game road trip. It started in Tampa Bay. They were swept by the Devil Rays 4 straight. And they dropped the first 2 games of this series. Out towards right center field. Damon on the run. So is Jose Cruz Jr. But it'll be Damon. 11 pitch, 1-2-3 inning. Royals on top 1-0.
The new delicious turtle nut iced latte from Dunkin' Donuts. Shut out the world for a while. Dunkin' Donuts. Bring yourself back.
Tickets are going fast, so get yours today.
Why tear up your bathroom to get a beautiful bath when all you have to do is call Rebath? Rebath installs acrylic bathtubs and wall surrounds over your old bathtub and walls in just 1 day. No tear out, no mess, no inconvenience. Rebath's 1-day stress-free patented installation is covered by a lifetime manufacturer's warranty and has made Rebath the country's largest bath remodeler. Just call 1-800-BATHTUB today for your free in-home estimate. Rebath, the refreshing remodel.
The new delicious turtle nut iced latte from Dunkin' Donuts. A perfect time out in the middle of your day. Dunkin' Donuts. Bring yourself back.
Set sail for an unforgettable week with Red Sox voices Joe Castiglione and Don Orsillo and other Sox players, alumni, and guests. It's the Red Sox Cruise January 22nd through 29th aboard Celebrity Cruise Line's Millennium. It's a baseball and vacation experience unlike any other, departing from Fort Lauderdale with stops in San Juan, Antigua, and St. Martin. For more information or reserve your spot, call 1-800-336-2267.
Last half of the second inning. The Red Sox trailing the Royals 1-0. Jason Varitek, Kevin Millar, and Bill Miller to face TJ Carrasco, who did walk 2 in the first but was able to work around it as he got Roberto Penagini to ground into a double play to end the inning.
Do they have karaoke on those cruises?
They do indeed, yeah. Why do you like to karaoke?
I like to listen to it. Yeah, I'm a little shy about singing, but I do enjoy listening to it.
They also have a talent thing that they do every year, which Bronson Arroyo won, I think, the first year. Last year he didn't enter himself because he was already entertaining on the cruise.
I can just see Joe Castig walking on the French side of St. Martin, just going, can you believe it? Can you believe that?
What are we doing here? This one bounced in. It is a ball and 2 strikes. There's Joe ready to go for the cruise, his first cruise. He's a good cruise guy because I have a feeling this is going to be a great adventure for him for many reasons. First of all, he has the right wardrobe as the pitch is swing and a miss for Varitek. Second strikeout for Carrasco.
Curveball here, the second strikeout on the curveball. He got Damon back in the first inning. I get a kick out of the guys on the cruises that have, like, they'll wear the polo shirt and they'll have the shorts on. Then they have like the black knee-high socks. Quite a look.
I think Joe occasionally goes with that also with the sandals, so I think he'll fit right in.
Yeah, I've never seen Joe though in shorts.
No, you're right.
Except when he's working out at the health club. Usually on the road, but that's about it. You got to take him to Orient Beach.
Nice play by Stairs, ranging towards the second base side of first, and he flipped to the covering pitcher Carrasco. Nice play by Stairs, and there's 2 down.
Yeah, Stairs was way off that first base line. Of course, Millar, a pull hitter, and going in that direction. Stairs well off the line, able to make that backhanded play, and and then makes the off-balance throw, and a pretty good throw. Just a little bit behind Carrasco, but had plenty of time to catch it and then find the bag for the out. That's robbing Millar of a hit right there because of positioning.
2 down for Bill Miller. The Red Sox third baseman hitting at .283, 5 home runs, 44 runs batted in. And so far, the Red Sox are 14-5 against the American League Central. They just swept the Minnesota Twins this series against the Royals, and now they'll play the Twins again over the weekend.
Troopy doesn't go on the cruise. He's got all those cruise shirts.
Actually, his wardrobe is even better than Joe's.
He's built for a boat.
Did you call him a boat?
No. I said wardrobe's built for a boat.
Slowly to third, Tian on the run in time to get Miller. An 11-pitch inning. 1-2-3 go the Red Sox. Kansas City on top 1-0.
Okay, Mike, so I'm down a 3-point, right? And I come up, I go right to the quarterback. Right, like cut in.
No, I don't think that's going to work.
Right in?
No.
Well, what if I come up and I just give you right in your face like this?
And he smack you down.
Mike wouldn't hurt him, would he?
Anything now?
Yeah, how about a little of this? Give you a little face right around.
Then I'll ride you down. Oh, Larry. Sorry, dude.
Yeah, if it wasn't for the grill, I was gone.
Let me help you out.
No, I'm good. It's just football, man.
Reebok NFL apparel and Thorpe cleats. Get it at Olympia Sports.
We're here to tell it. One name stands above the rest. Our reputation is your protection. So come on in, put us to the test. S-A-C-C-U-C-C-I. Sakuchi, it's the name to drive. Sakuchi, it's the name to drive.
So, you're looking for the best value on your business checking. Hey, we get it. You're trying to grow your business. Well, good news. Free business checking from Sovereign Bank gives you all the features you need with no minimum balance and no monthly maintenance fee. You get free online banking, free cash deposit processing, and a no annual fee business ATM or Visa check card. I told you it was good news. Get free business checking today. It's everything you need to build a better business account. Sovereign Bank.
Nesson is brought to you by your Lincoln Mercury dealers, Foxwoods Resort Casino, and by your New England Jeep dealers. A lot of kids here today. Day baseball during the week from Fenway Park. The Red Sox and the Kansas City Royals. The Royals on top 1-0 as we head to the top half of the third inning. Alberto Castillo doing the catching today after John Buck got each of the first 2 games, and Castillo in there the day game after the night game. Unknown for his hitting, .214, a home run, 14 runs batted in. Very good defensive catcher. Came up originally through the Mets system. Signed by the Mets at just 16 years of age. He appeared to be deep in the box as well. Joe West may have said something, and I wonder if Terry Francona may have said something in between innings about some of these Royals hitters, especially earlier when we saw Mike Sweeney. On the ground to third base, Miller. Deep third. Throws on Castillo. Retired by Matt Clement. Allowed a first inning run. 1 down for David DeJesus. Second time through now for the Royals against Clement. DeJesus struck out looking his first time up. DeJesus does not have a hit in his last 15 at bats. Let that average up to a season high 299. He's really struggled lately. leading off. Seen some time batting second this year also for the Royals.
That number's just about the same as a 1 and 2 hitter.
The Royals have not won a game on this road trip. They are 15 and 40 on the road this season. Strike from Clement, and it's 3-1. Buddy Bell taking over after Tony Pena had resigned after a couple of tough months to begin the year. Bell at the time was the bench coach for the Cleveland Indians, and Eric Wedge popped up, foul down the left field line. Millar over, but that'll get back into the seats. Royals have played better baseball, especially at home. For Buddy Bell, they are 16 and 12 under Buddy Bell at home. A 12 and 16 record for the Royals in the month of July. But overall, it's just been a dreadful season, 38 and 69. All four, and a one-out walk for De Jesus. First walk given up by Clement.
We're better than Fenway Park to hold your next party, corporate function, wedding, or any other special event. America's most beloved park has several locations ideally suited to meet your needs all year round. For more information, call 617-226-6791 or log on to redsox.com/events.
1-on-1 on for Ruben Gauthier. He doubled his first time up, came around to score the game's only run. He was knocked in on a RBI single by Matt Stairs in the first inning.
De Jesus at first base, only 3 steals on the season, and he's been caught 5 times.
Gauthier fouling it off.
Oh, by the way, Don, you know the guy that made the good play in the luxury box last night? I got an email from him.
Did you?
After the game last night? Yeah.
Was he really pointing at you?
Oh, yeah.
He was.
Yeah. He told his family, he said, I hope I get a chance tonight because I'm going to show them that they can make a play in the luxury box. Nice. It was a nice email. Nice guy. I'm sorry I forget the name, but I read it this morning before coming to the park.
Goes the runner at first, and it's fouled off by Gauthier.
And also the other guy on the left field side, a couple of nights ago we were getting on. I got an email from him.
He probably wasn't as nice.
No, he was.
He
was fine, and I believe he's also a friend of Gary DiSarcina. So they know. I mean, there's pressure when they're in those luxury boxes having their sushi and quiche and all that stuff. There's pressure. Somebody's always watching.
These guys don't look too ready to me.
No, I hope it doesn't go their way.
Don't look ready. Fouled off by Gauthier. And that's gone 2 1/3 innings to begin his outing today. It's allowed a one-out walk to David De Jesus, dealing with Ruben Gauthier. Goes De Jesus. The pitch down and in. A tough pitch to work with for Varitek, and they don't get him. Down and in, and Varitek having to reach down. Comes up throwing, but De Jesus steals second base.
Now, not only does Varitek have to go to the backhand on a breaking ball, but he's got to throw right over the top of Gauthier, which makes it even a more difficult throw. Tendency for that is for the ball to take off at second base. So he's throwing right over that runner. Not interference by any means, but a difficult throw for the catcher. It looked like Renteria got him in the back, but the foot on the bag.
The Steelers now 5 out of 6 against Matt Clement. Counts 10, and big secondary lead out there at second base for DeJesus, who thought about going to third base if it had gotten far away from Varitek, but then had to scamper his way back to the bag.
Breaking ball again. The slider, it looks like. Nice job blocking it by Varitek. There were two concerns obviously with Clement today. The fact that he was hit last time, but also with the few extra days, maybe a little rust in the first couple of innings.
The backstop, and the at-bat continues for Gotay. Eighth pitch of the at-bat coming up. "50 pitches deep" is Clement here with one down in the third inning. On deck is Mike Sweeney. Time called the last second. Joe West jumps out. Well, the Red Sox putting some space between them and the New York Yankees, who fall to 4.5 games behind the Red Sox. Toronto 6 back, and as we mentioned, the Orioles, losers of 8 in a row, now 10.5 games back of the Red Sox. The Yankees right now just trying to find somebody to start for them. As here's ball 4 to Gotay. Doesn't offer, says Mark Carlson, the third base umpire, and it's back-to-back walks for Matt Clement. Sean Chacon goes tonight for the Yankees, the pitcher that they had obtained from the Colorado Rockies. And he will be matched up against Kevin Millwood, who starts tonight for the Cleveland Indians.
Second hottest team in the division. The Red Sox, of course, have won 7 in a row. Tampa Bay has won 6 in a row. 8-2 in their last 10 games, just like the Red Sox.
Now it started against these Kansas City Royals when they took 4 games from the Royals. And Tampa Bay now beating Texas. And won last night behind Travis Harper. Foul outside of third base for Mike Sweeney.
Afternoon game for Kelly down there as we look at the Coors Light Blast.
Mike Sweeney hitting his 16th home run of the season last night off Wade Miller. Coors Cold Blast. Sweeney grounded out to third base his first time up. He bats with DeJesus at second, Gotay at first, 1 down. Following today's game, Kansas City will return home for their longest homestand of the season. Played 9 games over 10 days at home, and then include hosting the Red Sox a little bit later. Popped up. Venturi out towards shallow left center. Millar coming in, battling the sun, and making the catch for the second out.
Now the Red Sox will be going to Kansas City. Obviously not this short trip coming up, but the following trip where they head out to Detroit, Anaheim to play the Angels, and then finish up with a 3-game series in Kansas City.
That's going to be a long trip for the Red Sox. And as you mentioned, you get Anaheim in the middle of that trip.
4-game series against the Angels Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
For some, it'll be the 3rd trip to Detroit this year. Those who went to the All-Star game representing the Red Sox. Already been there once, and one of the quirks in the schedule, the Red Sox will play the Tigers twice in Detroit this year. 2 down, runners at first and second. Matt Stairs, the batter, singled to right to knock in the game's only run back in the first inning. So it gets away from Varitek. Trying for third is DeJesus, and he'll get there. Remaining at first is Gotay.
Good base running by DeJesus. You know, as soon as that ball bounces, very little chance the catcher is going to catch it clean. You just take off and move up a bag. Got a pretty good look at that too at second base. I mean, it wasn't a ball that was behind Varitek. It went off to the side, so it's an easy one to read for that runner at second.
So 2 down, runners at first and third, and a count of 1-0 to Matt Stairs. The All-Star break, the Royals are 8-12 since the break. And it's starting to hit a little bit better. They're hitting at 273 as a club since the All-Star break. As a team, they come in hitting at 261, which is second to last in the American League. Only Seattle, the lower batting average collectively as a ball club. Royals also unfortunately near the bottom in pitching as well. A 5.43 earned run average coming in. Only Tampa Bay is a higher earned run average. Inside 3-1. It's been a struggle overall for them pitching, just not in the earned run department, but everywhere else.
Now those type of numbers right there, plus the defense, which has not been good, and the offense, and you know, that's the reason they are where they are right now, and that's dead last in that Central Division.
On the positive side, that relief corps out there in the bullpen leads the American League in strikeouts. But there aren't many positives. This one fouled off to the left. And then having to throw a lot of pitches over the first couple of innings. This will be the 25th pitch of the inning and the 60th of the outing for Matt Clement. DeJesus at third, Gauthier at first, 2 down. Again, the 3-2 from Clement. Ball 4, he loses him. So a lengthy battle with Stairs. It's the third walk of the inning allowed by Matt Clement. And the Royals have the bases loaded. This will bring Dave Wallace, the pitching coach, from the Red Sox dugout.
Clement, I mean, he looks at the pitching coach coming out, and then he takes a quick peek out to the bullpen to see if there's anybody warming up. Of course, that is not the case right now for the Red Sox. Very quiet out in the bullpen, as shown by bullpen cam.
Not everybody out there yet who is a part of the bullpen. We're awfully early in the ball game. Nobody's made their way out there yet.
It's like Mike Timlin agitating people by throwing sunflower seeds.
Will Brown, 16 at bats with the bases loaded. It's got 16 RBIs. Bases loaded, 2 down. Look out. He gets hit with the pitch that will bring in a run and put the Royals on top 2-0. And again, Brown will get an RBI.
Now, one of the concerns again was the, you know, the sharpness of Clement with the extra time. And even though it hasn't been a lot of time, they're so accustomed to working on their regular day that it is apparent here early in the ball game, not as sharp as we've seen him. Right in the back with the bases loaded to bring in another run. So 3 walks in the inning plus the hit batter.
Now Jeremy Gonzalez getting up, the long man in the Red Sox bullpen. And he has just started to warm. Terrence Long, a strikeout victim his first time up. The guy who's got good numbers with the bases loaded. Long, a career .321 hitter. Shea at third, Stairs at second, Brown at first with 2 outs in the inning. And a foul into the Red Sox dugout. Last win for Matt Clement, July the 6th at Texas against the Rangers. A 7-4 victory. Only win in the month of July. Had 2 losses in July and then 2 no decision. Swing and a miss. And a ball, 2 strikes to Long. Three walks in the inning allowed by Matt Clement. One of those walks has scored in David DeJesus. Trying to get out of a bases loaded jam and now preserve what is a 2-run deficit. The count at 2-2. A little earlier about Long's success with runners in scoring position on the season, and there are the numbers. Lined into left field, a base hit. From third comes Gauthier. Matt Stairs in behind him. It gets away from Millar. And this will play 3 runs and clear the bases as the throw to the plate relatively close, but not in time. And 3 runs are in for the Royals to put them on top 5-0. A double credited for Terrence Long and 3 RBIs.
Yeah, Long just slicing that ball to left field. Millar trying to make a diving play to knock it down, but it gets by him. Once it gets by him, all 3 runners are able to score. There's Millar diving for it, can't get to it. It rolls, and it rolls far enough away to allow that 3rd run to come home. So a double, 3 runs batted in for Long, and a 5-0 Kansas City lead.
Now Long hitting at .359 with runners in scoring position as he comes up big for the Royals. Angel Berroa fouls it off to the right. Well, the Royals offense has been better lately. They posted 4 runs in the first game of the series, 5 last night. And they've come up with 5 runs so far here this afternoon. 0-2 to Berroa. Flying to left field his first time up. Check swing foul to the backstop. Clement has now thrown 70 pitches in his outing. And within this inning alone, 3 walks and a hit batter. The first hit of the inning belongs to Terrence Long, who just knocked in 3 runs. Swing and a miss. Berroa strikes out to end the inning, but the damage certainly done. It's a 5-0 Kansas City lead.
Yeah. Looking good. Keep working. Not under the boat now. Here, you got it? Yeah, get it in. Yeah. Bummer, it's just an 8-footer. Oh, well, throw it back. Yeah.
A bad day in Florida beats a good day almost anywhere else. Fly Southwest Airlines from Manchester or Providence to Florida for just $79 one way, including our new connecting service to Fort Myers.
You are now free to move about the country. Important advice from Lovett, Sheffrin, Harnett.
If you've been injured on the job, make sure a lawyer, not your employer's insurance company, protects your rights. File an accident report immediately, especially if there were no witnesses. And remember, you have the right to see your own doctor at your employer's expense.
Call Lovett, Sheffrin, Harnett, the workers' compensation law firm. 863-8800.
I'm your #1 man from USRV. Howdy, partners. For the largest selection of gas and diesel motorhomes in New England, it's USRV.
$399 fixed on select RVs. American Eagle, Travel Supreme Select, Beaver, Patriot Thunder, Founders, and Pace Arrows, including the Super Slide 36D, Revolution LE, and the incredible Liberty chassis. Check out our Monaco diesel pushers, the largest selection of pre-owned RVs in New England.
Right on down to USRV. My name is Marty, and I still make better deals.
Bob Stores Monster Smash for cash. Every time a Red Sox batter hits the green monster during the 3rd and 6th innings, Bob's will make a $250 donation to the Special Olympics Unified Sports Program. The Sox batter hits the Bob Stores sign on the monster, the donation jumps to $1,000. Support the Special Olympics Unified Sports Program at Bob Stores by donating at the checkout counter. Last half of the 3rd and a defensive change for the Royals. David DeJesus comes out and Chip Ambrose comes into the game in center field. Ambrose homered in the first game of the series, did not play last night. Here comes in an apparent injury to David DeJesus. Alex Cora leads it off here for the Red Sox, who now have the 5-run deficit to deal with as they come to bat in the last half of the 3rd. Alex Cora getting the start at second base today for the Red Sox. Tony Graffinino with the day off, at least to begin the game. As Cora shoots one foul off to the left.
Jesus going into second base on that steal, and maybe that's where the injury occurred. It's tough to tell. He did get knocked in the head. Did stay in the ball game, did score a run, but now out of the game. Looks like the sweep tag of Renteria knocked the helmet off DeJesus.
Now the reaction there we saw at the very end, sort of telling. This one on the ground to first base. Matt Stairs will handle it himself for the first out of the inning.
Right fielder, number 32, Jose Cruz Jr.
Oh, look at that play. Watch Renteria's knee. Let's see if that also makes contact. Yeah, it is the knee, not the glove.
Jose Cruz Jr. with a big swing and a miss. Two for 6 in his Red Sox career. So many new faces in the Red Sox lineup. Jose Cruz Jr. has been in there for all 3 games of this series. Getting the start in right field. We just saw Alex Cora and Roberto Pedagini in the lineup today for the Red Sox. Part of that move as Cora, or rather Cruz, strikes out the 3rd strikeout for Carrasco, and there's 2 down in the inning.
Throughout his major league career, that's pretty much how they attack Cruz, with breaking balls early in the count, and if they get ahead, they go upstairs with the fastball, both from the right side and left side.
2 down, 6 in a row, retired by Carrasco, and it's back up to the top of the order for Johnny Damon. Was part of the move to activate Roberto Pedagini today. The Red Sox placed John Olerud on the 15-day DL with a left hamstring strain. And to make room for Pedagini on the 40-man roster, left-hander Chris Narveson was designated for assignment. Olerud has been batting at .287 for the Red Sox, 3 homers, 18 runs batted in 49 games. Olerud will make the trip with the Red Sox to Minnesota. Terry Francona saying before the game. Looking in the cage in Minnesota. Down to first base goes Johnny Damon with 2 outs. The third walk given up by DJ Carrasco of the afternoon. John, who has been battling the hamstring problem and today placed on the DL. Two down, Damon at first. Here's Edgar Renteria. Walked his first time up. Breaking ball in there for strike 1. Red Sox have won 7 games in a row. Second time this season they've done that. Did it June 19th through the 26th.
This has been a good 7-game streak because it has increased their lead in the East to 4.5 over New York right now.
And the third base line, a fair ball. It'll head to the corner as Damon will head to third and maybe beyond. Swain's waving him around. The throw from short left is not going to be nearly in time. Damon's in, and the Red Sox are on the board. Renteria drives in the Red Sox first run of the day.
Well, the Red Sox do catch a little bit of a break here. So many times on a ball down that third base line, you'll see it hit off the stands and then bounce out. That would make it impossible for Damon to score, but here it clears the stands and runs all the way down in the corner. And by the time T. Long can chase it down and get it back in, Damon waved around by Dale Swain, and he'll score easily.
So all this with 2 outs. Cora grounded out. Cruz Jr. struck out. And a walk by Damon and an RBI double by Edgar Renteria. Ortiz walked on 4 pitches his first time up back in the first inning. Carrasco had retired 6 batters in a row until he walked Damon with 2 outs in the inning. Ortiz rips it foul. He's 72 with 2 outs and runners in scoring position for David Ortiz. As he has Renteria at second base with 2 down. Up at 2-2 to Ortiz. Roberto Pedagini waits on deck. In the dirt, gets away from Castillo. To third goes Renteria. Wild catch charged to DJ Carrasco. Another run just 90 feet away now for the Red Sox.
Quickly got ahead of David Ortiz and trying to put him away with the breaking ball. Snaps it off, but it bounces off the shoulder of Castillo, and up the base goes Renteria.
Way to Ortiz, and he walks in. The second time in the game Ortiz has walked. Now 4 walks allowed by DJ Carrasco in the second of the inning.
Those walks piling up for David Ortiz. 64 now on the season. Tie him with DeLucia of Texas for the most walks in the American League.
So first and third, 2 down, and here's Roberto Pedagini, who grounded into a double play his first time up. And on the hands swings and fists it towards second base. Goche throws to first to retire Pettigini. And the Red Sox are gone in the inning. They get a run, but it's 5-1 Kansas City.
New England.
Well, now some folks get all wheezy about them birds and bees, but not me, dear. Not when there's deals like this at Madden's. You get wicked good deals on fertilizer, plant pots, mulch, trees, and them cute little statues that peek out at you from the garden. There's lots of cutie summer kids' clothes, loads of spring air mattresses. There's all kinds of new deals at Madden's. I know you don't want to miss one. Matter of fact, you don't want to miss one either.
Миленький, пожалуйста, мне нужно 2 килограмма мяса и 6 куриц. 2 килограмма мяса и 6 куриц. Слушай, объясни ему, он меня не понимает. Да, что я хочу? Слушай, слушай.
My mother needs 2 pounds of lamb shanks and 6 chicken legs.
Call all you want, wherever you want. Unlimited round-the-clock calling, only from Unicell. Unicell, the way wireless should be.
Christopher's mom had a little work to do on the internet tonight. Shouldn't take long, she told him. The problem is, Christopher's mom has dial-up, which means nothing happens fast. She has to wait for it to dial up, and she has to wait and wait while it slowly downloads her file. Now, if Christopher's mom had Adelphia high-speed internet, one of the fastest internet services available, she would have been done long ago, and Christopher wouldn't be in so much trouble.
Call now and get Adelphia high-speed internet for $22.95 a month for 4 months.
Jimmy Fund Radio Telethon is coming August 26th to Fenway Park. Join us for an 18-hour live broadcast and hear from special guests, including Lance Armstrong, Jeremy Jacobs, and Roger Clement. 3 great events will accompany the broadcast, including a lunch with former Red Sox stars Dennis Eckersley, Jim Rice, and Louis Tiant. For tickets and more information, call 877-738-1234 or log on to jimmyfundradiotelephon.org.
We head to the top half of the 4th inning. It's a 5-1 Kansas City lead. The Red Sox getting a run in the bottom of the 3rd. Martin leading it off against Matt Clement, who has just thrown his 72nd pitch of the day. Tien flied out to center field his first time up. Well, the Baltimore Sun is reporting that Lee Mazzilli has been fired today by the Baltimore Orioles. They have gone through just a miserable slump lately as a club. They have lost 8 games in a row and fallen very quickly, 10.5 games back of the Red Sox.
That's interesting. The beginning of the season, both the Washington Nationals, who were leading their division, and of course Baltimore leading theirs, there was plenty of excitement down in that area. Of course, Baltimore falling out and Washington sliding. They're 4.5 games behind Atlanta now. Sam Palazzo, I guess, has been named interim manager for the Orioles. You know, we heard rumblings last year that Mazzilli's job was not really that secure down in Baltimore.
They've lost 14 of the last 15 games. And going through a very tough West Coast road swing. Another loss last night to the Angels. And look at the wild card situation. The Orioles nowhere to be found on that list.
The amazing story to me are the Oakland Athletics. I mean, that is some kind of comeback that they have made this year and now have a comfortable lead in the wild card.
Well, walks have been a problem today for Matt Clement. At least last inning. He walked 3 last inning and a leadoff walk for Tien to begin things here in the 4th.
Yeah, I'm sure we'll see some action again very soon in the Red Sox bullpen. Gonzalez was throwing last inning, and looks like they're starting to move around down there again.
Yeah, I'm with you on the Oakland thing. I mean, we saw them earlier this season. I thought they were not very good, and they have turned it around. Jay Payton has been part of that turnaround for the Oakland A's, playing on a regular basis. But their pitching is really the key to them turning things around. Barry Zito back to being Barry Zito again.
Yeah, Oakland right now 4th in the league in pitching, 3.85 ERA behind Chicago, the Angels, and Minnesota.
Barry Zito on the mound for Oakland, looking for his 8th straight win as Alberto Castillo bunts one foul.
Fried fans. We're going to have him on right after this batter.
Bunted down the first base line. Pettigini will apply the tag himself, and up to second base goes Tien. So the VCRs are set. Get your TiVo ready. Here he is, Eric Fried.
All right, let's see if I can live up to the hype. You were talking about Major League Baseball news, and the Red Sox have been in some news. All the Manny hoo-ha over the last weekend, kind of lost in the shuffle, was what happened between Colorado and the Red Sox. They thought they had a deal, at least the Rockies did, bringing Larry Bigby here to Boston. That fell apart. There was no deal made, and there's been some finger-pointing at the Red Sox from Colorado as to what happened there with that deal. And some stories have continued this week, and General Manager Theo Epstein wanted to address some of those comments and some of the stories that have come out about what happened with the deal that did not go down between the Rockies and the Red Sox.
This is my fault for allowing everything going on with Manny at the time to disrupt our normal internal communication procedures. So under normal circumstances, a deal like that would never have gotten that far. But to clarify, Larry Lucchino has done absolutely nothing wrong here. Josh Burns has done absolutely nothing wrong. It's my fault for allowing a distraction to interrupt our normal communication. But in the end, it was a deal that had a condition on it. The condition wasn't met, and so the deal wasn't done. But Josh did nothing wrong. Larry Lucchino did nothing wrong. As a general manager, it's my fault to make sure things run smoothly and that we represent the organization well.
Josh Burns, the assistant general manager. So Epstein trying to get out in front of things here and take blame if there's something to go around. Obviously, Colorado wasn't too happy. They thought they had a deal. So now the Sox trying to move forward, guys.
All right, Eric, thank you very much.
Matter of fact, the comments right after that was that Colorado would never, ever deal with the Red Sox again. But I think they've backed off that.
They've softened from that stance. They probably would not have relinquished Eric Burns. As this one is heading foul, Varitek headed over, and Jason will not have a play. Off with the pitch was Tien at second base. As he saw that it was popped up and foul ground, had to scamper his way back to the bag at second.
I don't know if we have a replay of the beginning of that hit from Eric, but Eric was using the walking lead. He was walking into his story, which I find very impressive.
He gets style points for that. I mean, there's no doubt about it. There's different sideline people who will often be, just standing there. Eric chooses the walking open. He prefers it.
If you guys are going to warn people a pitch or two before I'm going to come on, I have to deliver something special for the people, I feel, or for you too, just to keep you interested in. You never know what to expect.
And that was special, and I hope we can replay that.
How many steps did he get? I mean, was it the fake walk?
It was a very casual 3 or 4 steps. Look at that.
Wow.
Right into his spot.
How cool am I? I'm Eric Fried, and here I am.
I like that. They do that a lot in the news,
Ambrose striking out.
Which I've never quite understood on the news, because I would prefer to see my anchors sitting behind a desk. I don't care. I don't want to see them stand up. I don't want to see their wrinkly pants. I don't want to see all that.
This is an issue that goes back a while for you. I've heard this several times. I've heard you discuss this. This really upsets you. For all the newsrooms in Boston, for all the newsrooms across the country who are watching us, we're about to hear Jerry Remy, what he thinks about your anchors, your talent standing up for part of the news. Let's get to the bottom of this.
No, that doesn't make any sense. I mean, sit behind, just read me the news. That's all I care about. You got some people who have to stand on stilts because the person who they're working with is 10 times taller than them. It just doesn't make sense to me. And like, the poor guys have been sitting down all day. Their pants are all wrinkled, and just
no standing. You want to behind the desk of the old anchor style.
I want the news.
The news.
Just give me the news.
No walking, no standing.
How about the busy weather guy when he's like, in his own little office and he's got his shirt and tie off,
looking at computers?
Yeah.
Are you okay with the ESPN anchors who stand up, or is it just a news thing for you?
I don't really watch ESPN very much. I only have I have 2 TVs. One has Nesson on all the time, 24 hours a day, and then I just flip through the other stuff.
High speed. Gauthier, the batter, with a runner at second base and 2 down. In the air to left field, Millar heads over, battles the sun towards the seats. Millar gets there to make the catch. We head in the last half of the fourth. 5-1 Kansas City.
Not too close. What do you think? I got that insurance?
What insurance is that, Yogi?
The one you really need to have. If you don't have it, that's why you need it.
Need what?
Well, if you get hurt and miss work, it won't hurt to miss work. And they give you cash, which is just as good as money.
Aflac. Ask about it at work.
Visit Olympia Sports and enter our 30th anniversary sweepstakes to win Baseball World Championship tickets, a $500 shopping spree, A6 shoes for a year, or a brand new 2006 H3 Hummer. The celebration ends soon, so get to Olympia Sports now.
He was searching for a new life. She was ready for a fresh start. A dark secret was keeping them apart. The secret of Tom's bad credit. Discover the power of the approval potential matrix.
CarCredit.com.
Rated CA for credit approved. 30-second approval. Witness a world of cars, trucks, minivans, and SUVs. Now showing online at
NewEnglandCarCredit.com.
Ready for a tasty bargain? Check this out. Introducing the new 99-cent KFC Snacker. 100% hand-floured chicken breast, pepper mayo, and crisp lettuce freshly prepared on a sesame seed bun. Now your dollar goes further at KFC.
Well, you have a personal story about the Red Sox you'd love to tell, a tale that will touch the hearts of every member of Red Sox Nation. Well, here's your chance to be heard. Nelson's going into production with its newest original series, Stories from Red Sox Nation, a show for the fans, by the fans. Go to Nesson.com, click on the Stories from Red Sox Nation link, and submit your story with a chance to take part in Nelson's next original series.
Manny Ramirez back in the Red Sox dugout. He was going to take some batting practice before the game in the tunnel to see whether or not he could be used today, and to see if any of that blurry vision would clear up for him today after it was very red when he arrived here today at the ballpark. It did not blow up at all. He's now going to play with Gabe Kapler on the way by. Jason Varitek leads it off in the last half of the fourth inning. Varitek struck out swinging in the second. Strike to Varitek, and it's 3-1. Carrasco with 3 strikeouts on the afternoon as Varitek grounds one foul. Go towards the tarp. Gentleman with a glove leaning over does not end up with it. Millar and Miller expected in the inning for the Red Sox. They've had so far today just 1 hit off DJ Carrasco through the first 3 innings. And a leadoff walk for Jason Varitek. That's the 5th walk given up by Carrasco. Just the 1 hit, but 5 walks now. Time now for the Aflac trivia question. Who is the only player in Red Sox history with 6 straight 100-plus RBI seasons? I have the answer for you in the next half inning. Kevin Millar with Jason Varitek at first base. Nobody out here in the bottom of the 4th inning. Millar lines it right at Gauthier. Looks Varitek back to the bag at first. And Millar is the first out of the inning.
A bullet by Millar, but right at the second baseman, who was, of course, in a couple of steps and closest to the bag because of the double play situation. Right at him, just to the left of the umpire, DeMuro at second base, and into the glove of Gauthier. 2 steps out of the box and you know you're out. Not a good feeling.
Bill Miller grounded out to third base his first time up. The Red Sox in a stretch where they're not going to see a lot of the American League East. very much. They're 5 games into a stretch in which they play 28 consecutive games outside the American League East. The run began last Friday and concludes on August the 28th in Detroit. And then beginning August 29th, the Red Sox will play 26 of their final 33 games within the American League East. Red Sox 22 and 26 against the AL East at the moment. One out, one on. Bill Miller with a count of 2-2. Varitek with a short lead over at first as Miller takes the ball outside and the count runs full. On deck for the Red Sox is Alex Cora. Varitek, and it's ball 4 to Bill Miller. That is the 6th walk given up by DJ Carrasco. And the 3rd inning and 4 in which he's walked 2 in an inning.
Yeah, sooner or later that's going to come back to bite him. I mean, you just usually don't get away with that, but working against this Red Sox lineup. Hansen on his way to the mound to have a little conversation with Carrasco.
Hansen at the mound.
Get the Sunday Globe's award-winning sports coverage every week. Call 800-984-5335 today for 50% off home delivery. The Boston Sunday Globe start the week off right.
So he walked Varitek to begin the inning. Millar hit one right on the button, but right at the second baseman, Ruben Gote. And Bill Miller walks, so the Red Sox have runners at first and second with one down for Alex Cora. Cora grounded out to first base his first time up. For the most part, lately we've seen Tony Graffinino get the regular starts at second base for the Red Sox. Graffinino's done a pretty good job in that capacity. He's hit at .333 in 10 games for the Red Sox. Made 10 starts at second base. In there for a strike. Mark Bellhorn incidentally continues his rehab assignment with the Pawtucket Red Sox. Been playing on a regular basis for the Paw Sox for the better part of the last week and will continue to do so. Strike from Carrasco. It's a ball and 2 strikes. Understand that Keith Folk will be throwing off a mound for the first time on Monday of next week. We're going to try to do it Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and then reevaluate. So it chopped up over the mound. Gote at second base throws on the run over the umpire and throws it away. From third base comes Varitek. He'll score. And up to third goes Miller. Cora to second. It looked as if Gote was trying to get around the second base umpire, Mike DeMuro, and threw it away, trying to get around it.
I'm taking a look at the DeMuro right now, and there's really not much you can do about that. Umpires do the best they can to get out of the way of the play, but you see that it's coming in, and he has to throw over. There's nothing DeMuro could do. So 2 errors on the play for Gote. They kind of self-destruct defensively last night in the ball game, and back-to-back errors there.
So second and third now with 1 out, and Jose Cruz Jr. takes a pitch outside. Now 2 for 7 in a Red Sox uniform. And he strike out his first time up. Foul at the plate to even the count at 1-1. don't see that happen too often, though. A little surprising. I mean, you get umpires all over the place, and you don't usually see them become part of the play like that or get in the way as much as it turned out Mike DeMuro was on that play.
Of course, they've made that switch years ago in the American League to put the umpire in the infield. Remember, back in the day, many moons ago, the umpires were all in the, behind the bag. And I never liked it as an infielder when they were there. They always seemed to be kind of a distraction, but obviously they get a better look at plays from that position.
Nunez, who we've seen in the series, up for the Royals. Swing and a miss.
The last time after a breaking ball, they went upstairs with a fastball to get a strikeout. Let's see how they approach Cruz this time with 2 men in scoring position.
Red Sox at one time trailing 5-0 today. A single run in the third, a run so far here in the bottom of the fourth inning. And the strike three call. Fourth strikeout of the day for DJ Carrasco. And he needed that one as he gets Jose Cruz Jr.
Yeah, mixing it up. Last time upstairs with the fastball. This time he stays with the breaking ball and picks up the outside corner. So a huge strikeout with 2 men in scoring position.
Two down for Johnny Damon. Damon struck out in the first, walked and scored in the third inning. Riding the 8-game hitting streak, still looking for his first hit today. Castillo trying to frame it, but it's a ball outside. Over the 8-game hitting streak, 13 for 34, hitting at .382 during the stretch. And he's hit safely in 13 of the last 14 games. Fifth best in the American League in this situation with 2 outs and runners in scoring position. Michael Young of Texas, 444. Carrasco has been nibbling all around but missing, and it's 3-1. Renteria waits on deck.
That's the best way to get your club in trouble when you have a lead. Walk a lot of people, you get an error thrown in.
And he will walk another. The third of the inning, the 7th of the outing for DJ Carrasco. And it's a career high in walks allowed by the right-hander.
Looks like Buddy may have seen enough.
So Buddy Bell making the pitching change. Nunez making his way in at 5-2 Kansas City.
Games, 26 weeks, 1,458 innings.
You can't catch them all. That's why we rewind.
Tune into Granite City Electric's Red Sox Rewind as Hazel May recaps the week in Red Sox Nation with player profiles, team news, highlights, and more.
Diving to make the catch.
Wait a minute. Could we see that again?
Diving to make the catch.
So sit back, unwind while we rewind.
Granite City Electric's Red Sox Rewind, Monday and Tuesday nights on NESN.
Hey, I'm Michael Chiklis of The Shield, and you're watching the New England Sports Network, home of the World Series champion Boston Red Sox. Oh, my God. Did you hear what I just said? Doesn't that sound nice?
How about that? TWIB is back on NESN. This Week in Baseball, presented by Pepsi, is hosted by top players each week and takes you inside the game through the eyes of the best major leaguers. This Week in Baseball, Sunday before the game on NESN.
Time now for the answer to our Aflac trivia question. Question is, who is the only player in Red Sox history with 6 straight 100-plus RBI seasons? You might think it may be one of those guys, but it's not. Jimmy Fox, 1936 through 1941. Including 175 back in 1938, a franchise record. Jimmy Fox. Well, a strange outing for Carrasco, to say the least. 1 hit allowed in his 3 2/3, but 7 walks. And he leaves in favor of Leo Nunez.
Nunez worked an inning in the game last night. A couple of hits, a run. He did have a walk. Overall, his 33rd appearance of the season. All of those appearances out of the bullpen.
Edgar Renteria has been on base twice today. A walk in the first, a double in the third. That's with the bases loaded. The Red Sox trailing by 3 runs. Renteria takes the strike. Edgar has been great, as have the Red Sox, with the bases loaded this season. 6 for 13 with a home run and 14 RBIs. Line into left field. It's a fair ball. From third comes Miller. Throws in behind and he'll score. Damon trying to score all the way from first to tie the game. He does. And the Red Sox are tied at 5-5.
Just a matter of time before those walks were going to hurt the Kansas City Royals, and it's Edgar Renteria who makes it hurt. He'll take the line drive down in the corner. Terrence Long is going to dive and try to knock this down, but it gets by him, and that's going to allow Damon to score all the way from first base. Actually, it kicks off the foot of Terrence Long, and when Swain sees that, he just waved Damon home, and this ball game is tied up.
Now with first base open, they will intentionally walk David Ortiz. They sort of have already today on 2 occasions. Walked in the first, walked in the third as they worked around him. They get to Roberto Pedagini, and they'll do the same again here.
6th intentional walk of the season for David Ortiz. Leader in that category is Ichiro. Ichiro has been walked 14 times.
League leaders are brought to you by Olympia Sports. Stop by Olympia Sports during their 30th anniversary celebration for a chance to win a 2006 Hummer H3 and other great prizes. Ortiz on top with 65. As he's been intentionally walked this time, 3 walks on the day, and Roberto Pedagini, 0 for 2 today, is grounded into a 4-6-3 double play, and last time grounded out to second base. Pedagini signed a minor league contract with the Red Sox back on February 8th. It's a non-roster invitee to spring training, and then with the left knee problem undergoing surgery in the middle of March. Delayed his Pawtucket Red Sox debut until May the 13th from Venezuela, and returning to the United States this year after spending the last 6 seasons in Japan.
And 3 change-ups in a row to Pedagini.
Ninth man to bat in the inning for the Red Sox. They've scored 4 times so far. Three and one. The runs that have scored charged to the starter, DJ Carrasco. 3 2/3, 1 hit, 5 runs, 7 walks, 4 strikeouts. Away ball 4. Pedagini walks. It is the 5th walk of the inning allowed by Kansas City pitching. 5 in 1 inning. And here comes Guy Hansen making his way out.
At the no activity in the bullpen for Kansas City.
Well, none of the runs that have scored here in the inning for Kansas City are earned runs. A couple of errors in the inning. As you mentioned, nobody up in the bullpen. Just a conversation here for Guy Hansen and his pitcher Leo Nunez. So the Red Sox have the bases loaded once again. Some stretching, but no warming yet. Red Sox batted around in the inning. Jason Varitek started the inning by walking, came around to score the second Red Sox run. Here he is again as he takes ball one from Nunez. Jason Varitek has never hit a grand slam in his career. 119 at bats without one. David Bell, the only one ahead of him active, has had as many at bats without a grand slam. Varitek gets one deep in the air to right. Brown headed back. Look it up. The first grand slam ever for Jason Varitek. And it puts the Red Sox on top 9-5. Record for the Red Sox, and his first to put Boston on top 9-5.
Falling behind in a count 2-0. He comes to fastball that's up about letter high, and Varitek up over the bullpen of the Kansas City Royals. So all of this coming with 2 outs. The 2-out double by Renteria to drive in 3. The 2-out grand slam by Jason Varitek.
Home run number 17 of the season for Jason Varitek. And the Red Sox have scored 8 times here in the bottom of the 4th inning. And very quickly erased what was a 5-run deficit out of the gate today. As after 2.5 innings today, the Royals with that 5-0 lead. The Red Sox with a run in the bottom of the 3rd and 8 so far here in the bottom of the 4th. Millar pops it up. Gote into short right. And the second baseman takes care of out number 3, but the damage certainly done. 9-5 Boston.
Red Sox baseball on NESN is brought to you in part by Albert's Furniture Showplace. Just what you're looking for in a furniture store.
I'm your #1 man from USRV. Howdy, partners. For the largest selection of gas and diesel motorhomes in New England, it's USRV.
$399 fixed on select RVs. American Eagle, Travel Supreme Select, Beaver, Patriot Thunder, Founders, and Pace Arrows, including the Super Slide 36D, Revolution LE, and the incredible Liberty chassis. Check out our Monaco diesel pushers, the largest selection of pre-owned RVs in New England.
Right on down to USRV. My name is Marty, and I still make better deals.
Tony, most people want to get in better shape, but they just don't have the time.
Well, Stacy, what if I told you in just 3 20-minute workouts, only 1 hour a week, you can increase your energy levels, strengthen your heart, reduce your stress, and shape all the muscles of your body, all with one quality machine? Would you be interested?
Yes, I would.
Well, Stacy, I have good news.
Tell me more.
I just saved a bunch of money on my car insurance by switching to Geico. Yeah, baby, you can do it.
Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
Red Sox baseball on NESN is brought to you in part by Bristol Toyota, Champion Mortgage, Fireside Nissan, Marty's USRV, Valero, First Acura, Geico, Nissan of East Providence, Scott Volkswagen, Extramart, and Hyundai.
Top half of the fifth, it is a 9-5 Red Sox lead, and Jason Varitek with his first career grand slam.
Fell behind Varitek 2-0. He comes with a fastball just above the belt, just below the letters, and Varitek with his first career grand slam. Leading up to that, an intentional walk, back-to-back walks, and then the grand slam.
Well, the Red Sox were dealing with a 5-run deficit. Now have a 4-run advantage for Matt Clement. He's back out there for the fifth. He's thrown 86 pitches. Allowing 5 runs over the first 4 innings, but now a lead to work with. Sweeney's 0 for 2 today. He's grounded out to third base and flied to left.
That might be one of the strangest lines of the season for a pitcher, Carrasco, in this game. Just the 1 hit allowed, but 6 walks. 7 walks. I guess the old saying, walks will kill you.
Well, walks killed him today. But he wasn't alone. Leo Nunez coming in and walking a couple, although one was intentional.
Yep.
And then allowing the grand slam to Jason Varitek. All the runs scored in that inning are unearned runs. All 8. Sweeney takes the strike in disbelief. Pitch 90 coming for Matt Clement today. And it's grounded foul outside of third. In and out of the glove of Kelly Barron. Clement has only given up 3 hits today, despite the 5 runs that Kansas City has. He has walked a total of 4 so far today, so walks have been plentiful. Not this time. Finds the ladder on Sweeney and strikes him out.
Clement getting ahead of Sweeney, then going upstairs, up and in with the fastball. No contact by Sweeney.
Pitching line is brought to you by Nissan. 91 pitches, 54 for strikes for Matt Clement. 5 runs on just 3 hits for the Royals. 1 down for Matt Stairs. Stairs has been on base twice today, an RBI single. Back in the first inning, he walked and scored in the third. Varitek, and it's 1-1. For the Royals, I mean, it is extremely frustrating to watch. Kansas City, they have scored some runs in this series. 4 runs in the first game, 5 runs last night, 5 runs so far here today, but just cannot keep the lead.
Defense has certainly hurt him at times in this series. It has today. It did last night.
To left field, Millar heading back. This will grab the wall about halfway up and jump over Millar's head. Damon runs it down. But a wall ball double for Matt Stairs with 1 out here in the 5th.
Well, Stairs on base 3 times today. The single, a drive and a run back in the first, and he walked in the third. Now the wall double. Millar gets pinched in pretty close to the wall. It's going to bounce over his head, but it was going to be a double anyway for Matt Stairs. Johnny Damon behind Millar to back up the play.
Well, now 1 on. Emil Brown coming up. He's lined to center field and been hit by a pitch. Been hit by a pitch with the bases loaded in the third. Picked up an RBI. And the count 1-1. Clement trying to get himself here through the 5th. Make himself eligible for a victory today. Is that pitch count at 97 pitches right now.
Yeah, it has been a real battle for him today. 1-2-3 inning. That back in the 7th inning.
Rolling away, 2-1. Nobody up in the Red Sox bullpen as Clement works here in the 5th. Really does not look like he has any ill effects from what took place last time out. It looks more of a case that perhaps he's just a little on the rusty side. And those extra couple of days off. In preparation for the start today. Swing and a miss.
Yeah, I would agree with you, Don. I mean, I think at this point of the game, that's the farthest thing from his mind. What happened a little over a week ago. Now he's trying to get just get his stuff back intact.
He will reach the century mark with this next pitch. Through the middle and into center field. Stairs being waved around. He had stopped, now coming in, and the throw is not going to be in time. Unfortunate to get that run in as he had stopped about halfway down the line and then comes on to score, and it's a 9-6 Red Sox lead now. Brown drives in a run.
Stairs was running almost as if to be expected to be stopped at third base. Instead, he is waved on and scores the run. Back up the middle in the ground ball. Johnny Damon charging it, but the throw is not going to be in time at home. There's Stairs stopping. He's surprised to see that he is being waved on by the third base coach and still makes it standing up.
So Brown at first to run in. Here's Terrence Long. Wraps it foul outside of first base. Long struck out swinging in the 2nd inning. He doubled in the 3rd inning to drive in 3 runs. Sox with an 8-run bottom of the 4th inning. Now the 3-run lead. Kansas City coming back with another run. 5th time this year that Clement has allowed 6 or more runs in a start. Today being the 22nd start of the year for Clement. On the ground right side. Cora, the second for one, on to first. The double play. Clement needed that to get out of the inning. And the Red Sox have a 9-6 lead.
Happy anniversary!
There's an exciting new sound in travel. Introducing Ding. Get exclusive low fares sent directly to your desktop. Download it at southwest.com. There's an exciting new sound in travel. Introducing Ding. Get exclusive low fares sent directly to your desktop. Download it at southwest.com.
Foxwoods, the wonder of it all.
Hi, I'm Michael Jagalinza from Somerset Chrysler Jeep, here with some great news for our customers. Somerset's Employee Pricing Plus. As a 5-star dealership, Somerset can assure you a hassle-free buying experience. Check out these great deals. Buy a trail-rated Jeep Liberty for $18,995. Or heat up your summer in the Go Anywhere Jeep Wrangler for only $16,995. Or drive the versatile Chrysler Pacifica for only $23,995. Somerset's Employee Pricing Plus. The best values in America just got better.
Stay tuned after the game for WB Mason's Extra Innings and Granite City Electric's Extra Innings Extra with Tom Caron and Dennis Eckersley. Today we'll have Matt Clement's reaction and breakdown of his performance. Also, you hear from manager Terry Francona in Terry's take and Oakland, Minnesota highlights from the Metrodome. Join TC and Eck right after the game.
Well, Matt Clement up over 100 pitches, departing after his 5 innings of work and battling his way through today, allowing 6 runs, but his team has given him 9 runs. And a 9-6 Red Sox lead as we head now to the last half of the 5th. The pitcher on for Kansas City is Sean Kemp.
Also worked last night, inning and a third in the game against the Red Sox.
Bill Miller sends one out to deep right center field. Back is Brown onto the track, and he makes the catch. Running next to him and alongside was Ambrose. And the two almost collided, but it is Brown who makes the catch.
Now Brown's had a nice series here for the Kansas City Royals. Offensively makes a good play here. Defensively taking it away from Ambrose. I mentioned Camp working in the game last night. He was called up on July 25th from Omaha. This is his 14th appearance.
There's Alex Cora.
And there you see once again the numbers, a .375 batting average against.
On the ground and diving at second is Gauthier. And reaching at first is Cora.
Yeah, what he's trying to do there is just kind of flip the ball to his shortstop, and hopefully the shortstop could make the play. Didn't happen. Gauthier going into the dive, and you can see almost like he's flipping it over to his partner. A base hit for Cora, his first of the ball game, because he was involved the last time in that double error by Gauthier.
Here's Jose Cruz Jr. He's 0 for 2 as they check on Cora diving back to the bag.
Cora 6 for 6 in steal attempts this season.
2 strikeouts for Cruz Jr. today, 1 swinging, 1 looking. Tap foul. 9 walks today allowed by Kansas City pitching. 1 intentional walk of David Ortiz as part of that 8-run 4th inning. Carrasco charged with 5 runs. Nunez charged with 4 runs. Jose Cruz Jr. hits a fly ball to deep center field. Ambrose looking up, and that's off the scoreboard. Plays to Karam as Cora will be stopped at third base on the wall ball double by Jose Cruz Jr.
That's actually a pretty nice play out there by Chip Ambrose in center field, because the ball looked like it hit the top of the scoreboard and then bounced back towards his direction. He's able to make the play, and by doing that, he'll hold Cora at third base. Not the normal bounce off the wall. And right off the corner of the scoreboard.
Second and third with 1 down. And before Johnny Damon can bat, Alberto Castillo headed the mound. Damon has walked twice today and scored 2 runs after striking out swinging back in the first inning.
getting his instructions from Dale Swaim. It's the infield is in at first and third, but double play depth at second and short. So you would think that on a ground ball at that position, he'd be able to score.
Camp into the game for Kansas City in his second season with the Royals. Got in 42 games last year with Kansas City, originally a Padres 16th round pick. Ground ball to deep, short hit softly. Baroa has no plan, a run scores. The Red Sox in a double figures in runs. They lead it 10-6.
And the infield hit gives Damon a 9-game hitting streak now. Picks up his 52nd RBI of the season. Remember, I mentioned the man was in at third base, back at shortstop, broken bat, but good enough to get the run home and pick up a base hit.
Well, it's been quite a day for Edgar Renteria. A walk and a pair of doubles. He's driven in 4 runs.
Yeah, both of those hits, too, with 2 outs to drive in the runs.
Been on base all 3 times that he's batted so far today. Runners at first and second with 1 down, a run already in, and the Red Sox on top 10-6. Sean Camp, the Royals reliever from Fairfax, Virginia, product of George Mason University. Red Sox have scored 10 or more runs for the 10th time this season.
It's a nice position to be in, you know, when you're down 5-0 in a ball game, but yet you know your offense can click, it can get going, and that quickly they turn it into a lead. With a lot of help from walks.
9 of them so far today from the Kansas City Royals pitchers. They have helped out quite a bit. Two and 2 to Renteria. Grounded foul outside of third. DJ Carrasco started the game for Kansas City last just 3 2/3. We saw Leo Nunez, now Sean Camp. Just in the last half of the 5th with the Red Sox on top 10-6. First and second with 1 out. Camp backs off and Renteria backed out. Pickoff play at second and close, but able to sprawl his way back to the bag was Cruz Jr.
See the second baseman cheating in. He'll put his arm out, and then the throw by Camp not in time. Cruz back with the head for a slide.
Up back at first base. Stairs drifting back, gives way to Gauthier, and he'll make the catch. And fair ground for the second out of the inning.
I was dealing with the sky today, as you mentioned, down at the side of the program. No clouds up there to help out. Sunglasses on constantly for Gauthier, and he's able to call off Stairs and make the play. Not an easy play.
Two down for David Ortiz, who has walked 3 times today, once intentionally.
It's the 5th inning already, isn't it?
Yes, it is. takes a pitch inside. And it's 2-0. He has not seen much to hit.
And it's almost like he doesn't expect to see much to hit. He's hoping for one here on the 2-0 count.
Pickoff play again at second. And Cruz back to the bag again safely. Second time they try it. This time with a shift on the shortstop. Aroa cheating in from behind him.
Yeah, he doesn't have far to go. Doesn't have to go across, just straight in from his position. And again, the head for a slide by Cruz, just getting the fingers back in.
Ortiz swings and grounds one foul. Strange bounce, but a fair ball, and Stairs tags the bag to end the inning. The Red Sox get an additional run and lead it 10-6.
Here's how much you'll pay on any vehicle right now at Lincoln Mercury of Raynham. That's right. Nothing. Some mega red tag sale going on right now at Lincoln Mercury of Raynham, and you can buy vehicles with absolutely nothing down. Shop our huge selection of new or pre-owned foreign or domestic cars, trucks, vans, or SUVs. Hurry now to Lincoln Mercury of Raynham's mega red tag sale. And here's how much you'll pay down. That's right. Nothing. Mega red tag sale now through Saturday.
Season here last night. In the air to deep left field. High, deep, and gone! The Red Sox wins! This game summary is brought to you by your local Lincoln Mercury dealers. Well, the Red Sox scoring 8 times in the 4th. The big blows in the inning. The 3-run double for Edgar Renteria. And the first career grand slam for Jason Varitek. As part of the 8-run bottom of the 4th inning. The Red Sox have added a run in the bottom of the 5th inning. And Boston on top 10-6 as we head to the 6th. New pitcher on for the Red Sox, Jeremy Gonzalez.
It's been a while for Gonzalez. Last time, July 26th. That was at Tampa Bay. A couple of innings, 4 hits, and a couple of runs in that game. Overall, his 13th appearance with a record of 1-1.
Matt Clement, 5 innings, 5 hits. He allowed 6 runs, walked 4, struck out 5, and has a chance to pick up his 11th win. Aroa leads it off with a single in the center field, and Kansas City has the lead runner on for the second time today in 6 innings.
Aroa in kind of a mini slump 5 for his last 25, but picks up the base hit there.
Here's Mark Teahan, who walked his last time up 0 for 1 with a walk. Red Sox infield a double play depth. Jeremy Gonzalez pitched in the major leagues with the Cubs and Devil Rays. Cubs 97-98, Devil Rays 2003-2004. 30-year-old from Venezuela. Two and 1 to Teahan. Two stints with the Red Sox this season. Did very well in Pawtucket when he returned as a starter. He was 4-0 with a 2.40 earned run average. And 7 starts, and he picks off Baroa at first base. This has been a dreadful series for Baroa. From a defensive standpoint, offensive standpoint, now he's got himself picked off at first base.
Yeah, I mean, no excuse for that. You're down by 4 runs in the ball game, and he gets picked off. Quick feet, quick move by Gonzalez, but that just can't happen.
Two to 10. Down and in a full count now. In center field, Damon has it. 2 down.
For every run of the Red Sox throw on NESN, you have a chance to win a LoJack stolen vehicle recovery system. Log on to NESN.com, enter the date, opponent, and runner's name for your chance to win in the LoJack caught stealing sweepstakes.
2-way bases empty for Alberto Castillo, the catcher for the Kansas City Royals. Castillo, who first came up with the New York Mets, has bounced around quite a bit since. Stops with the St. Louis Cardinals, the Toronto Blue Jays, New York Yankees, San Francisco Giants, and now in his second season with the Royals.
I was trying to figure out where he had seen them before, and it was with the San Francisco, I believe, in interleague play. Is that not right?
Also with Toronto.
And Toronto, yeah.
A longtime minor leaguer. He was drafted at 16 years of age by the Mets in '87 and did not reach the major leagues until '95. Primarily has been a backup his entire career in the major leagues from Santo Domingo, the Dominican Republic.
Behind home plate, she's out like a light, taking a nap right behind Joe West. Gone.
There you go.
Nap time.
Inside a full count now. I'm sure she was awake for the 8-run rally in the bottom of the 4th inning.
That took a lot out of her. It's in the shade. Nothing better than a summer afternoon nap.
Gonzalez walks the number 9 man. Alberto Castillo gets down to first base. It is the 5th walk given up by Red Sox pitching. Today combined, we've now seen 14 walks between the 2 pitching staffs. That's a lot of walks.
Center fielder, number 18, Chip Ambrose.
So Castillo down to first with 2 down, and here comes Chip Ambrose. Ambrose took over in the game for David DeJesus. DeJesus leaving the game after it appeared that Renteria kind of kneed him in the head on a close play at second base. DeJesus did not return to the lineup, and Ambrose took over in center field defensively for him the very next inning. We're told that the report on DeJesus was a mild concussion. As he got kneed by Edgar Renteria. The knee of Renteria getting the side of his head. The best look right there. Line to left, and on the move is Millars. That one will get back to the wall. Castillo heading for third base, and the throw cut off. Renteria fires it to second, and in safely is Ambrose. So all of a sudden now Kansas City, after the walk to the number 9 man, has runners at second and third with 2 down.
Ambrose has done a nice job since coming over from the Red Sox in that Graffinino deal. Has done a pretty decent job at the major league level. Gets a fastball from Gonzalez and shoots it down that left field line for the double.
Second baseman, number 30,
And Royals out hitting the Red Sox 7-6. Of course, the Red Sox with the 10-6 lead.
So had 4 multi-hit games of 7 starts for Kansas City. And had a very good year with the Pawtucket Red Sox at the time of the trade. Really, of course, no room for him up here in Boston. And getting a chance to play more regularly for Kansas City. Mike Myers up in the Boston bullpen. Ruben Gauthier has been on base twice today with a double and a walk. Sorry. Almost lost my chair. Two outs in the inning. Runners at second and third.
Where was it going?
I was going backwards. Almost lost it altogether. We're all right. Thank you for your concern. Truck was concerned. Chopped out towards short. Renteria on the moves. Got it on the run. And the inning is over. The Royals strand 2, 5.5 up, 10-6 Boston.
Hi, I'm Roanne from Off Track Betting. When we opened Off Track Betting over 25 years ago, someone asked, "Are you going to sell waterbeds?" I said, "Cool." But first we bought one for ourselves. We still sleep on a waterbed today, just not the same one. They've certainly changed. Waterbeds may look like other mattresses, but they've evolved into a sophisticated sleep system, allowing you to adjust both the firmness and the temperature for your individual comfort. Now that's cool. Visit one of our 15 convenient locations. Off Track Betting, the lowest prices every night.
When you're in the go, you need to tickets are going fast, so get yours today.
Looks like the Chrysler Group has done it again. They have their most award-winning and freshest lineup ever. They have 12 vehicles with 5-star frontal crash test ratings. And their vehicles are projected to retain their value better than GM or Ford. You know what's missing?
A great deal.
It's Employee Pricing Plus, our employee discount plus cash allowance on Chrysler, Jeep, and Dodge.
It's like you always used to say, Grandpa. If you can find a better car, buy it.
That's my girl.
Montage, 10-6, Red Sox on top, the last half of the 6th inning. Roberto Pinagini called up from the Pawtucket Red Sox today. Batting for the 4th time. He's 0 for 2 with a walk. Grounded into a double play in the first, grounded out to second in the 3rd inning. Walked and scored in the 4th. New faces for the Red Sox. Pinagini, the 11th player to make his 2005 Red Sox debut since July the 7th. Rounding out to first base this time. Stairs retires him for the first out of the inning. One away, and it brings up Jason Varitek. Jason Varitek had never had a grand slam until the 4th inning of today's game. The 17th home run of the season. Gauthier at second base. Throws out Varitek, 2 down. Let's check in with Eric Freed. Eric?
All right, Chip Ambrose with the double last time up, and he's out there in center field right now. He probably thought, or at least hoped, when the season began, he started playing at Pawtucket, that his major league debut would come here at Fenway Park. But when you've spent your career in the minor leagues, it doesn't matter how it happens, as long as you get to the majors. And he made it to the majors with Kansas City.
I'm still in Wonderland right now. I mean, I'm on cloud nine, and once when the trade happened, I mean, I had mixed feelings, bittersweet relationships with friends that know how to go about it. But you know, it was a great opportunity here, and I just wanted to come in just to take advantage. You know, the whole goal is to get to the big leagues for a minor leaguer, and I got that chance, and I'm just trying to take full advantage of it.
He was a high draft pick for the Florida Marlins organization. Spent about 6 years in that organization. Never really caught on until the Red Sox gave him a chance, and he's made the most of it. And here he is playing for KC, guys.
All right, Eric, thanks you very much. He was a guy that we saw a little bit of in spring training. Was not there a long time, but by all accounts, a very good player and had a great season for the Paw Sox.
Good for him. You know, spent a lot of time in the minor leagues. You finally get a chance. You're in an organization in Boston where you probably don't have much of a chance to get to the big leagues. You are dealt to a club that is looking for help. He gets his opportunity, and hopefully, as he has so far, take advantage of it.
It was a first-round pick, as Eric mentioned, by the Florida Marlins. 27th overall pick back in 1998. And a lot of minor league games for Chip Ambrose. Two outs in the inning. The base is empty here in the last half of the sixth. Millar fouls the 2-2 pitch off.
That's the thing that a lot of minor league players have to remember, that while they're playing in the minor leagues, it's not only their organization that's watching them, but every other organization.
Ton of scouts for every minor league game, especially at the AAA level, as Millar strikes out looking. It's a 1-2-3 inning. The end of 6, 10-6. Boston on top.
162 games, 20.
I took control.
I took control. We took control.
And now you can too, with Fitness Made Simple's Take Control Special.
I see a body I never thought I'd have, but I also have higher goals now because I know I can get anywhere with these programs.
You can. Anything's attainable. Once you take control of your body, you start taking control of your life, and anything you dream, you can do.
Order today.
Start taking control of your body and your life with Fitness Made Simple.
Is your child protected for the future? Gerber, the baby people you've known since you were a baby, offers you a way to help with that protection through their Grow Up Plan for Children. It's a $5,000 cash value insurance program that costs less than 11 cents a day. At age 21, that protection doubles to $10,000 with no increase in premiums. So call now for your free information package.
Call this toll-free number for free information about Gerber's Grow Up Plan. Call now.
Came to the law firm through a referral from a friend who had had good success with Lippman Cates McKee. When I first came in, I felt my case was hopeless, but after my first meeting with Lippman Cates McKee, I felt like there was definitely some hope. I had been to 4 or 5 other attorneys prior, and they weren't able to be successful. It took the law firm of Lippman Cates McKee to make it happen. Things turned out wonderful. They put my family back together.
Is brought to you by your New England Ford dealers. By Olympia Sports, the official sporting goods retailer of the New England Sports Network. And by New England Dodge dealers. Top half of the 7th inning, the Red Sox on top 10-6. Jeremy Gonzalez back out on the mound for the Red Sox. Mike Sweeney leading it off for Kansas City. Sweeney 0 for 3 today, grounded out, flied out, and struck out. Red Sox after the game traveling to Minnesota, their only regular season visit of the year, to take on the Minnesota Twins. Bronson Arroyo will get the start in the first game of the series, matched up against Brad Bradkey. Sweeney fouling it off himself and tumbling. Already has that shin guard on the inseam of that left leg.
like it got the foot and not the shin guard that time. I mentioned Minnesota. They have dropped a game and a half behind Cleveland for second place in the Central Division. Minnesota, I believe, playing this afternoon. And Oakland has a 3-2 lead over Minnesota. That's late in the ball game.
That Torrey Hunter situation really hurts them further. And what appears to be the season-ending injury to his ankle that occurred right here at Fenway.
Let's see if the little girl's still sleeping. Yep.
Yes, yeah,
still. This is a good nap. That's a heck of a nap.
The backstop still 1-2.
You'd think that might wake her up, right? A foul ball off the screen. Nope.
High 2-2 now to Sweeney. He'll be followed by Stairs and Brown in the inning. Season the Red Sox 4-2 against the Kansas City Royals in the 6-game season series. Red Sox trying to make it 3 in a row here today. Gonzalez with the 2-2. In the dirt and a full count now. Mike Sweeney from Orange, California, now 31 years old. And 22 home runs last year. He has 16 so far this season for Kansas City. And a walk to begin things here in the 7th inning.
Well, tonight at 10, tune in to Sports Desk for complete coverage of Patriots training camp. Also, we go one-on-one with the newest member of the Bruins, Brian Leach. Plus, a complete recap of today's Red Sox-Royals game. So tune in tonight at 10 for an action-packed 30-minute edition of Sports Desk. Hey, you know what I saw last night? That Sports Plus show?
Yes.
Very good.
Very good show.
Very good show.
Bob Newmeyer?
Yep.
Matt Stairs, the batter. Been on base 3 times today.
He had Bob Ryan on last night, Jackie McMullen, and Gordon Eads. I enjoyed it. They're all sitting too. There was no walking around.
Just all sitting.
All sitting. Some guy comes in some suit and says, you know, look, we think ratings would be much better if we walk around with the news.
We're back to this. But I told you earlier, this is an issue that he feels very strongly about. I was not understating his position. I mean, I've heard about this now for the better part of 2 years.
I just don't get it. I mean, some guy comes in and says, look, you know, I was at this place and our ratings really jumped when we walked around.
Yeah.
I don't think that's ever happened.
No.
Sit down for crying out loud.
How's this? I'm going to stay on the rest of the game. The 1-2. Outside and high, 2-2.
We've actually done walking opens.
Yes, we did. Tampa.
Yeah, we did it. We did that a couple of years ago.
Highest rating open we've ever had.
It was people unbelievable.
Tremendous. So you get more of the full view this way. I see why they do it. You feel more like you're in touch with them.
You do?
A little bit, yeah, because you get to see more. To left field, Millar on the move. This will get by him to the corner. As Sweeney heads for third base on the double by Matt Stairs.
Big day for Stairs. 2 doubles, a single, a drive, and a run, and a walk. He's been on base 4 times, and here come the Royals in the 7th. The walk, now the double, a second, third situation. And action out in the bullpen for the Red Sox. Stairs going the opposite way a few times today. Once off the wall, and that time down in the left field corner.
Chad Bradford up here in the Boston bullpen. Mike Myers had been up earlier. And now Varitek's going to go out and talk to Gonzalez to buy Bradford some more time. Leadoff walk to Mike Sweeney, then the double by Matt Stairs. And Kansas City with runners in scoring position with nobody out. Emil Brown will be the next batter. And here comes Terry Francona as Varitek get back behind the dish, giving Bradford more time to warm. The pitching change from Fenway Park, where the Red Sox on top 10-6, but Kansas City threatening for more.
New England's biggest games just got bigger on NESN. Now, with over 100 Red Sox games in high definition. Get in the game with Red Sox baseball in HD, widescreen, high-definition resolution that redefines Red Sox coverage.
In the air to deep left field. High, deep, and gone! The Red Sox win!
New England's biggest games just got bigger on NESN with over 100 games in HD. Presenting the Angler Dementis, commonly known as the Mad Fisherman. Native to New England.
You get lost. Everything's green around here.
This rare breed is often heard before seen.
Yankee fan.
Seldom alone. He stalks large prey with a unique style. And he does it without scaring the fish. Observe the Mad Fisherman for yourself on NESN. Charlie Moore Outdoors, sponsored by Obashan Hardware, Sunday on NESN.
Back here at Fenway Park, time to take a look at the road ahead. Brought to you by your New England Ford dealers. The Red Sox go on to the road after today's game to Minnesota for a quick 3-game trip to the Metrodome to take on the Twins. We all remember what happened when these two teams met last weekend. There was a lot of drama behind the scenes, but the bottom line was the Red Sox took all 3 from the Twins, hit 303 during the 3-game series. Pitchers did the job, giving up 3 earned runs a game. And the Sox swept the Twins. That weekend was capped by Manny's RBI in the 8th inning. Bronson Arroyo on the mound. He faced the Twins last Friday, went 7 1/3, picking up his 9th victory of the season. Remember, he had 10 victories all of last year, so he'll try to match that total tomorrow night when the Sox and Twins start in Minnesota, guys.
All right, Eric, thanks very much. Jeremy Gonzalez going an inning plus and still responsible for the runners on. Runners at 2nd and 3rd for Kansas City. Chad Bradford, the new pitcher.
Bradford making his 8th appearance in a Red Sox uniform. The last coming last night, a 1/3 of an inning in that game for Bradford. Right-handers with that 200 batting average against Bradford. Been a grinder of a ball game here this afternoon. No question about that.
Mike Sweeney walked to begin the inning. Matt Stairs with a double. Runners at 2nd and 3rd with nobody out. Brown about to bat. Brown with a single. His last time up has driven in 2 runs today. Sweeney at 3rd, Stairs at 2nd base. First base open, Chad Bradford, 3rd pitcher used today by the Red Sox. And the first pitch to Brown in there for a strike. Bradford, 30 years of age. Last 7 seasons spent with the Chicago White Sox and Oakland A's. Before coming here to the Red Sox with the White Sox 98 through 2000. The Oakland A's 2001 through this season. And as a guy that was used quite a bit for the Oakland A's, made at least 68 appearances in each of the last 3 seasons in Oakland. 75 outings in 2002. Into the season, he has kept right-handed batters to a .220 batting average. This one on the ground right side to Cora. One play, it's at first, and he makes it. But in from third base comes Mike Sweeney, who scores. And it's 10-7. The Red Sox on top. Kansas City chipping away.
Yeah, 3 runs batted in today for Brown. One on being hit by a pitch, then a base hit in the 5th to drive in a run, and the ground ball out to second to bring in a run.
On the ground out, Matt Stairs goes to third base with 1 down in the inning. Here's Terrence Long. Long struck out in the 2nd, doubled in the 3rd, and then grounded into a double play in the 5th. Have lost 6 games in a row as they head into today's action. Kansas City at one time had a 5-0 lead in this game, but the Red Sox had a big 8-run 4th. Long grounds it right side. Cora again throws to first base for out number 2, but again run scores from third for Kansas City. It's now 10-8 Boston.
Yeah, right back in the ball game. The Royals only 2 runs down. So Bradford has done his job. I mean, he's got a couple of ground ball outs. 2 runs do score on those ground ball outs.
Closes the book on Jeremy Gonzalez, an inning plus 3 hits, charged with 2 runs, walked 2, did not strike anybody out. Leadoff walk to Mike Sweeney proved to be costly as he scored, then the double by Stairs, who was just scored. 2 outs, bases empty for Angel Baroa, who was picked off first base his last time up after he had singled to center field. Former Rookie of the Year, Angel Baroa. Down to the count, 0-2. Originally signed by the A's as a non-drafted free agent, but went to Kansas City in the Johnny Damon deal. Sent Damon to the Oakland Athletics back in 2001.
At that same time, they would have had Miguel Tejada out there also in Oakland.
Fans in Kansas City did not take Johnny Damon wanting to leave Kansas City all that well.
Yeah, that's true. You know, you never hear them boo at all, but they did boo Johnny. Remember that first year after he left as a game side with the Red Sox?
On the ground left side. Deep in the hole is Renteria with the throw that is off the glove of Pettigini and into the Red Sox dugout. And Baroa will go to second base. They charge Renteria with an error. An infield hit first, and then the error on the throw from Renteria. First miscue of the day for the Red Sox.
Renteria going deep in the hole of the backhand. Now the ball's going to bounce, and Pettigini can't come up with it at first base. So that will go as a base hit and an error on Renteria. That's number 19 for Edgar on the season.
Ties the major league high at any position. He's tied with Russ Adams of the Toronto Blue Jays, now with 19 errors. So 2 down. Baroa in scoring position at second base. Mark Teahen the batter.
It's like a tennis crowd right now here at Fenway Park. Very quiet.
Wally with the Bavacqua.
His hair touched up again a little bit. Looks like a brighter orange.
A little orangey today.
It's popular color with announcers.
Yes, I noticed.
Orange.
Two 2-0 the count to Teahen. You know, before this season, I never noticed hair on Wally before. All of a sudden, he comes back with this orange toupee. Now he's trying to strive for that younger look.
He might get one of those deals like Boggs did. You know, make commercials for the hair club, whatever it is.
Spokesman for back into the seats, hit hard.
Checking out Boggs in the Hall of Fame ceremonies, which, by the way, gave an excellent speech. But he had a full head of hair.
Yes, he did. Thick and flowing.
Did some commercials. We down in Tampa. I saw him on a couple of commercials for the company that he represents.
In there for a strike. They only count 2-2. If you're gonna have the plugs, where do you kind of start them? Do you start them like just above the eyebrow? You can't go too low, right? I mean,
I don't think you start him down there.
No. I mean, 2-2 to 2.
I'm sure you got a letter from the plug guy.
Outside, on a full count now. Full count to 10 with Moreau at second base and 2 outs in the inning, and Bradford backs off. On the ground right side, Cora's been busy in the inning, and he throws him out. Kansas City gets 2 runs back. 7th inning stretch, 10-8 Boston.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi.
Like going to Chicago? On Southwest Airlines, you can fly from Manchester or Providence to Chicago Midway for just $89 one way.
You are now free to move about the country.
It's really great that my sister set us up.
Yeah. So, got a ball glove?
It's my Nakona. Some of the best moments of my life have been with this glove. Playing catch with Dad.
But you do take it off sometimes, don't you?
Why would I? It's perfectly broken in, and you never know when you're going to need it. Look out, get down!
What?
Only kidding.
You never forget your first grade glove. Nakona ball gloves. The ball stops here.
Of course you don't want to pay for checking. Seriously, who does? Well, with totally free checking from Sovereign Bank, who won't? You get free online banking with bill pay and a no annual fee Sovereign ATM or Visa check card. All with no minimum balance and no monthly maintenance fee. Totally how it should be. Open an account today and we'll even give you a free gift. Totally free checking. It's simple, convenient, and free. Sovereign Bank.
Friday night at 7, Olympia Sports presents the Boston Globe pregame report with Eric Fried and Sam Horn. We'll profile Twins first baseman Justin Morneau. Plus, we'll hear from the league's best players on who their favorite players were growing up. And we'll take a look at the Sox #1 draft pick, Jacob Ellsbury. So join Eric and Sam tomorrow at 7.
10-8. The Red Sox on top as we head to the bottom of the 7th inning. Kansas City employs their 4th pitcher of the day, Jeremy Yafelt.
23 appearances. Did spend some time on a disabled list. Missed 16 games with a groin injury. All 23 appearances out of the bullpen.
25-year-old left-hander. Yafelt from Spokane, Washington. Former starter for the Kansas City Royals. Takes over for Sean Kemp, who gave them 2 innings, allowing 3 hits, 1 run, didn't walk anybody, and struck out 1 batter. Kemp not walking anybody, which is big today. The first 2 pitchers for Kansas City walked 9 together. This is back and off the wall. Ricocheted a long and a wide turn, but Miller will return with the long single.
Bill Miller, who has recently been hitting a number of doubles, looked like he might have one here, but it hit too hard up above the scoreboard, and Terrence Long back in, and the wise choice by Miller to stay at first base.
So the leadoff man on for the Red Sox, and here's Alex Cora. Showing bunt and popping it up foul back onto the screen.
Gabe Kapler has come out on deck to hit for Cruz, and the sacrifice put on there for Alex Cora. Lefty against lefty. West having a little difficulty getting a souvenir into the stands. Looks like he flipped it in, but it didn't quite make it.
Very nice man, Joe West. The 0-1 to Cora. And on the grass at third is Mark Tian. Throw to first base first to check on Miller, back to the bag. A strike on the outside corner, and Cora unable to get the bunt down in the first 2 tries. Down 0-2.
Cora not sure of the sign on the 0-2 count. Wants to make sure of the bunt. See if it was put on again with 2 strikes.
Tries it and drops it down the third baseline. Foul, and he is out on the strikeout as Cora is retired, and Miller back to the bag at first.
Well, 3 chances out of the fastball on the first pitch, then a curveball back to the fastball, it looks like, and the ball bunted fouled on that third base line. So that goes to the strikeout.
Gabe Kapler introduced as the pinch hitter for Jose Cruz Jr. Cruz had been 1 for 3 today, a couple of strikeouts and a double. Kapler took over defensively last night when Manny Ramirez came out of the game and was 0 for 3 as he punches at that pitch to even the count at 1-1.
Mentioned the fact that Affeldt had spent time on a DL with a groin injury. It's the second time that happened to him this year. He missed 44 games from mid-April to June with the same injury.
Former starter for the Royals, 2003 was 7-6 in that capacity. Down to third, picked by Tian. His throw goes to first, and it is in time to get Kapler. His Stairs able to keep the foot on the bag on the throw. It was at the home plate side of first, and Kapler's retired, but Miller up into scoring position with 2 down.
That was a nice adjustment at first base by Matt Stairs. The backhanded play by Tian, and you'll see Stairs have to come right across, catch it, then make contact with the bag before Kapler gets there.
Two down, Miller in scoring position at second. Here's Johnny Damon. They extended the hitting streak to 9 games. His last time up with an infield hit to short.
Look, checking out that outfield for Kansas City. They are very shallow against Johnny Damon all the way around, left, center, and right. Anything hit hard at one of those guys, it might be difficult for Miller to score from second base.
Hold off to the left, and it's a ball and 2 strikes. Dunkin' Donuts is in its 5th year of hosting local youth groups and charitable organizations in the Dunkin' Dugout. Special seating section here at Fenway. Over 7,000 children have had the opportunity to catch a Red Sox home game thanks to Dunkin' Donuts. They're enjoying a 10-8 Red Sox lead. Boston looking for more here in the last half of the 7th inning. The 1-2 to Damon. On the ground right side at Ruben Gote. Throws out Damon, and the Red Sox are gone in the 7th. Boston on top 10-8.
Red Sox baseball on NESN is brought to you in part by Albert's Furniture Showplace. Just what you're looking for in a furniture store.
This leather sofa dramatically shows the power of Bob's.
2 full recliners at only $9.99.
How does Bob do it?
It's elementary. I pay cash, only solid truckloads direct from the factory.
Then he unleashes the power of Bob's.
The factory knows if they give me what I need, I will sell it, and sell it some more. They save money, I save money, and the best part is you save money.
That's why it's only $9.99.
Hey, what are you doing?
I'm waiting.
Come on, let's go.
Where?
Over there. What's your name?
Jerry.
Jerry, you know what a skid plate is for? Off-road stabilizer bars? A locking rear differential? Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Jerry!
Chevy Silverado, an American Revolution.
Red Sox baseball on NESN is brought to you in part by Bristol Toyota, Champion Mortgage, Fireside Nissan, Marty's USRV, Bolero, First Acura, Geico, Nissan of East Providence, Scott Volkswagen, Extramart, and Hyundai.
Red Sox baseball at NESN is brought to you by Sovereign Bank, the official bank of the Red Sox cable network. Gabe Kapler stays in the game defensively in right field as Chad Bradford returns to the mound for the Red Sox. Congratulations and welcome to Fenway Park. It's been a pretty good game today for the Red Sox.
That's amazing, Don, when you spend time out at the hot dog stand. How many people are here for the very first time? Now, that's a young kid, obviously, but a lot of adults, 65, 70 years old, 80 years old, enjoying their first game at Fenway. And you ask them, what took so long? I waited for my kids to bring me.
Alberto Castillo leads it off here in the 8th. Don Orsillo and Jerry Remy along with Eric Freed. Our producer today, Brian Zucchello. Director, Russ Ken. Associate producer, Adam Jupiter. And Julie Cornell assisting us in the booth. Glad you joined us for the 3rd and final game of this series against the Kansas City Royals and the final game of the homestand for the Red Sox.
Us here at NESN want to wish Jason Peduto a happy 12th birthday. We hope he feels better soon and wish all the best here on his birthday today.
was also Roger Clement's birthday.
He's having a lousy year, isn't he?
What's that?
He's having a terrible season.
year, yeah. Continues to be in the twilight of his career.
I think the Yankees would like to have Roger and Andy Pettitte back right now.
I think they would. I think they'd like to have John Lieber back right now. On the ground to third base. Miller, deep third, the long throw. In time to get Castillo for the first out of the 8th.
All ground balls since Bradford coming into the ball game.
Center fielder, number 18.
Submarine style delivery, certainly conducive to keeping your infielders busy.
One down for Chip Ambrose. Bradford wants a new ball and gets one from Joe West. 35,060 on hand here today. Another sellout at Fenway, the 196th consecutive sellout. Not everybody awake. He's part of that 35,060, but
that's a good hour nap right now. That's a beautiful thing.
You're so jealous. It's obvious.
Oh, I love afternoon naps, and I'll tell you that.
Clement started today, went the first 5 innings, allowing 5 hits, 6 runs, walked 4, struck out 5. And a chance to get the win here today. Jeremy Gonzalez an inning plus. And Chad Bradford has been out there for an inning and a third. Gonzalez in his 1+ was charged with 2 runs.
A year ago, Bradford went 2 or more innings 6 times out of that bullpen for the Oakland Athletics. Did he make about 60 appearances last year?
68, I believe.
68 for the A's.
Swing and a miss. Strikes out Ambrose. 2 down in the inning.
Well, that's that Frisbee-style breaking ball. Of course, anytime you throw from down under, when you throw the breaking ball, it's going to rise. That's exactly what happens here. A little slider going up, and no contact by Ambrose.
Two down. Here's Ruben Gauthier. Gauthier hits a 3-hopper out to Cora, who throws him out. Nice 1-2-3 inning for Chad Bradford. On to the bottom of the 8th, 10-8 Boston.
Flying to the Washington area for business? If these 23 reasons don't convince you to fly Southwest Airlines nonstop to Baltimore Washington International, maybe this will. You can fly on a Southwest Airlines fun fare to Baltimore Washington International for just $49 one way.
You are now free to move.
The 2005 and 1 Mixtape Tour presented by Mountain Dew takes over Boston August 21st at the TD Bank North Garden. And 1 Streetboard breaks ankles in an all-new show. See the Professor, Helicopter, AO, Baby Shack, and all the and 1 ballers coming to you live with the hottest new moves. Tickets only $10 for kids 12 and under. You heard me, only $10. Tickets at all Ticketmasters or the venue box office. Don't forget, tickets only $10 for kids 12 and under. You think you seen Streetball? You ain't seen nothing yet.
Red Sox baseball in Nesson is brought to you by Southwest Airlines, by Subaru, by Miller Beer,
good call,
by Infinity, by Pepsi, and by Sovereign Bank, the official bank of the Red Sox cable network. Last half of the 8th inning, 10-8. Red Sox on top. Edgar Renteria leading it off against Jeremy Affeld, and it's down the third base line. Tien wants it to roll. It rolls, but rolls fair, and Renteria is aboard for the 4th time today.
Tien was hoping it would get on the ground, on the dirt. It did, but it just stopped. It just rolled off, almost like a pool shot. Just rolled right off the grass onto the dirt and stopped. Big afternoon for Renteria. See that level playing field now here at Fenway coming into effect.
The crown would have had another effect, huh?
This ball still be rolling.
Renteria reaching, and Ortiz swinging at the first pitch. Hasn't had a chance to swing much today. Walking 3 times, once intentionally, grounded out to first base his last time up. Popped up, foul off third, should get back into the seats. And Will is giving chase as far as he could. Mark Tien, the third baseman, over.
Don, after Big Papi, why don't you give us what's on tap?
I think I'll do that.
Like a whole cult of people out there that just they sit around every day. They want to hear what's on tap.
Used to do sound effects. You don't do those anymore. We do the what's on tap.
No, especially no. I can't.
Oh, that's right. Good call. Outside, 2-2. And somebody asked me why you don't yell good call after some of the other sponsors.
I'd be more than happy to.
Southwest Airlines, good call. Fouled off to the left, back it out of play. Still 2-2.
They know where they can get a hold of me.
The 2-2 popped up left side. The shortstop Baroa, stride or two on the outfield grass. 1 down. Jerry, here it is. Let's take a look at what's on tap for the Red Sox. Brought to you by Heineken. After today's game, the Red Sox travel to Minnesota. 3-game series with the Twins. Friday night baseball on UPN 38 tomorrow night. Saturday back on NESN Sunday afternoon. Then the Red Sox will host the Texas Rangers Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. With all the action right here on NESN. Kurt Schilling is up in the Red Sox bullpen in what is a save situation at the moment. The Red Sox are going to send a pinch hitter up here for Roberto Pettigini, as Doug Marabelli will pinch hit for Pettigini.
And we'll see if it's against the lefty. There is right-handed action down in the bullpen for the Royals.
Ambiorix Borgos up in the pen. Cy Ambiorix pitch in the first game of the series. In fact, Burgos took the loss in the first game of the series. And here comes Buddy Bell. So Ambiorix Burgos will be coming in the game for Kansas City. Marabelli, the announced pinch hitter. And it is a 10-8 Red Sox lead here in the last half of the 8th inning. Pitching change from Fenway.
I'm not afraid to speak my mind. He couldn't break a pane of glass, and neither are the Boston Globe sports writers.
If we'd worried about him, we'd all be in the loony bin for crying out loud.
The Boston Globe Sports Plus combines New England Sports Page with New England Sports Network.
The Boston Globe sports columnists face off.
Joe loves money.
No hiding behind the pages here.
Shame on the agent.
And news-making interviews only the Boston Globe and NESN can deliver.
The Boston Globe Sports Plus on NESN. New England Sports Page on New England Sports Network. New England's biggest games just got bigger on Nesson. Now, with over 100 Red Sox games in high definition. Get in the game with Red Sox baseball in HD, widescreen, high-definition resolution that redefines Red Sox coverage.
In the air to deep left field. High, deep, and gone! The Red Sox win!
New England's biggest games just got bigger on Nesson with over 100 games in HD.
Stay tuned after the game for WB Mason's Extra Innings and Granite City Electric's Extra Innings Extra. TC and Eck will have complete game highlights and clubhouse reaction, plus a preview of the upcoming weekend series in Minnesota. Join TC and Eck right after the game.
Jeremy Affeldt leads after an inning and a third, giving up 2 hits. Still responsible for Renteria, who's at first, and Ambiorix Burgos into the game.
Hot throw. We saw him a couple of nights ago. Pitched an inning in that game. Gave up 4 hits and 3 earned runs. Had a walk and a strikeout. There you see the numbers on Tuesday against the Red Sox. Overall, his 32nd appearance of the season.
So he'll be facing the pinch hitter, Doug Mirabelli. Mirabelli batting in Pettagini's spot. Pettagini 0 for 3 with a walk today. It is Red Sox debut. Called up from Pawtucket before the game. John Olerud placed on the DL.
Strange to see, but you have a situation where a cleanup hitter is actually pinch hit for in a game. You don't see that very often. Pettagini put in that cleanup spot today behind Ortiz in his Red Sox debut at the major league level.
Mirabelli bats with 1 out. Edgar Renteria at first base, and a quick toss over. Edgar diving back to the bag. Mirabelli tardy on the cut, 95 miles per hour that time from Burgos. Mirabelli 0 for 4 in the series against Kansas City so far. Pinch hitter yesterday and walked in game 2 of the series. Got a start in game 1 of the series with Tim Wakefield on the mound. Swing and a miss, 96 that time. Renteria with a bunt single, reached to begin the inning. David Ortiz popped out to short. The pitching change, and pinch hitter Mirabelli down 0-2. (10-8) Red Sox lead with 1 out here in the last of the 8th inning. Mirabelli strikes out, so Burgos makes quick work of Mirabelli for the 2nd out of the inning.
Took something off that time. 88 miles an hour after the first 2 pitches, reaching about 96. This might have been a slider that time. Actually, it didn't look like a slider. It looked like a fastball. Puts away Mirabelli.
Two down for Jason Varitek, who hit the first grand slam of his career back in the 4th inning. It's part of an 8-run 4th inning for the Red Sox. Boston at one time today trailed 5-0. But a single run in the 3rd, 8 runs in the bottom of the 4th inning, another run in the 5th. And the Red Sox holding on to the 10-8 lead right now. Renteria at first base with 2 down.
It's a pretty good day for Renteria, for a guy that you really almost didn't expect to be in the lineup today after that collision last night with Manny. 4 runs batted in, 3 hits, a walk, a bunt base hit.
Castillo out to the mound to talk to Burgos. The walks have been a problem today. 10 of 15 batters walked today, and that's combined between the two clubs have scored. As the Kansas City Royals pitching staff, their starter DJ Carrasco over 3 2/3 walked 7. To Varitek. In the air to deep left center field. Back goes Embrace. Looking up, and it's high off the wall. From first base, Renteria coming all the way around to score the 11th Red Sox run. Jason Varitek drives in another, and the Red Sox lead it 11-8.
Now both pitches were up today that Varitek has hit and hit well. First of all, the grand slam was up, and now this pitch up. And Varitek just scraping the wall at the top, just missing his second home run of the day. First one he was able to pull on a high fastball, that time to the opposite field. So he's got 5 ribbies on the afternoon.
Well, he always does well against Kansas City. He had a 7 RBI performance against the Royals. A 3 home run game back a few years ago in Kansas City. He drives in another one here in the 8th. Red Sox lead at 11-8.
Okay, Mike, so I'm down at 3-point, right? And I come up, I go right to the quarterback. Right, like cut in.
No, I don't think that's going to work.
Right in?
No.
Well, what if I come up and I just give you right in your face like this?
And he smack you down.
Mike wouldn't hurt him, would he?
Anything now?
Yeah, how about a little of this? Give you a little fake right around.
Then I'll ride you down. Oh, Larry. Sorry, dude.
Yeah, if it wasn't for the grill, I was gone.
Let me help you out.
No, I'm good. I'm good. It's just football, man.
Reebok NFL apparel and Thorpe cleats. Get it at Olympia Sports.
Red Sox baseball on Nesson is brought to you in part by Bristol Toyota, Champion Mortgage, Fireside Nissan, Marty's USRV, Bolero, First Acura, Geico, Nissan of East Providence, Scott Volkswagen, Extramart, and Hyundai. Red Sox baseball on Nesson is brought to you in part by Albert's Furniture Showplace. Just what you're looking for in a furniture store.
Why tear up your bathroom to get a beautiful bath when all you have to do is call Rebath? Rebath installs acrylic bathtubs and wall surrounds over your old bathtub and walls in just 1 day. No tear out, no mess, no inconvenience. Rebath's 1-day stress-free patented installation is covered by a lifetime manufacturer's warranty and has made Rebath the country's largest bath remodeler. Just call 1-800-BATHTUB today for your free in-home estimate. Rebath, the refreshing remodel.
Red Sox Nation citizenship official by signing up at RedSox.com. Citizenship now includes the availability to see the weekly Red Sox Report TV show on the web no matter where you are in the world. A new episode premieres every Sunday night at 11. Become a citizen of Red Sox Nation at RedSox.com. Having worldwide access to the Red Sox Report.
Defensive changes for the Red Sox. Adam Stern comes into the game in right field. Kapler moves from right to left, and moving in from left to first base is Kevin Millar. The new pitcher for the Red Sox, the closer, Curt Schilling.
Well, they call Eddie Guardado Everyday Eddie. I don't know what we're going to call Curt Schilling, but he's been in there just about every day. 7 for 8 for save opportunities, and of course Schilling picking up number 7 last night with an inning.
So as we head here to the 9th, the Red Sox have an 11-8 lead. Blake Sweeney leads it off here in the 9th inning. Say hello to a great Red Sox fan, Susan Kane, who is just back from Iraq. Mom is sick at home today, wants to send her best to her. Brookline. Susan Kane just back from Iraq and missed everything last year, all the World Series and everything else. A great Red Sox fan and happy to be here at Fenway Park today. Sweeney takes a ball and the count 1-1.
Schilling thought he had it, but not getting the call. See that glove of Varitek move very much on that pitch.
In the air to deep left field. Sweeney hits one out to left, and a home run, his 17th home run of the season. And the run the Red Sox picked up in the last of the 8th. The big one now. It's a 2-run game, 11-9 Boston.
Now Sweeney now has 2 hits in his career off Curt Schilling, in both those home runs. This is the split-fingered fastball from Schilling.
First baseman.
And Sweeney right down there with it to hit the home run. So that extra run in the bottom of the 8th looking pretty good right now for the Red Sox. The double by Varitek.
The 5th home run Curt Schilling has surrendered this season. That Stairs will be next. Stairs had a very good day. He's been on base 4 times. Single, a couple of doubles, and a walk. Schilling starts off ahead. In on the hands and lifts it out towards right center field. Damon racing over. Johnny makes the catch for the first down of the 9th.
We certainly hope so too.
So 1 down, and it brings up Emil Brown. Brown's been on base twice, hit by a pitch with the bases loaded in the 3rd inning, singled in the 5th. He's got 3 RBIs today. And a strike over the outside corner. Brown the look back. 1-1 the count. He's making sure he didn't get charged with the swing there, and that it was a called strike, and that was the case.
Last 7 saves that Schilling has had. That's the first run that he has given up in those opportunities.
Swing and a miss. 2-2 to Emil Brown. Terrence Long waits on deck. 1 out in the 9th. Red Sox on top, 11-9. Going to sweep the Kansas City Royals and the homestand. One grounded foul over by the Royals dugout.
Schilling, that one at 94 miles an hour. Up out of the strike zone, but one that Brown cannot stay off of.
2 outs in the 9th for Terrence Long. Strike 1 to Long. And a double back in the 3rd inning to drive in 3 runs. And at the time put the Kansas City Royals on top 5-0. It's now 11-9 Boston. And Long down 0-2. The Red Sox 1 strike away from winning their 8th straight game. The 0-2 pitch. Popped up foul off to the left. in straight away. 2 down in the 9th. The 0-2 pitch to Long. He struck him out. The Red Sox win. They sweep the Kansas City Royals. They sweep the homestand. They took 3 from the Twins, 3 from the Royals, and it's the first time since 1998, a series of 6 or more games the Red Sox have been able to sweep. They did it that time against Milwaukee and Texas back in 1988. The Red Sox have done it as they take 3 from the Twins and 3 from the Royals. 11-9 win. Back with more after this. Single for Edgar gets the tying run into scoring position. 4-3 Baltimore on top. 2 down in the last half of the 9th. Big Poppy at the plate. Ortiz hits it in the air in center field. Newman back, looking up. It's gone! Ortiz and the Red Sox walk off with the win.
Bob Stores is proud to support the Special Olympics Unified Sports Program with the Bob Stores Monster Smash for cash.
During the 3rd and 6th innings of every home game, every time the Sox hit the green monster, Bob's will donate $250.
And $1,000 if they smash the Bob sign on the monster.
To learn more about Special Olympics Unified Sports, visit bobstores.com or specialolympics.org.
Bargain Network, the place to find real bargains. Buy cars from bank and government seizures. This car sold $500. This car sold $800. IRS, DEA repos, impounds, and more. This car sold $500. Find thousands of cars and homes available right now in your area. Foreclosed homes and distressed properties are selling for as low as $199 per month. VAs, FHAs, HUDs, repos, and more. For current listings in your area, call now. 800-289-6580.
Well, the Red Sox keep the winning streak alive with an 11-9 win. The play of the game is brought to you by Foxwoods Resort Casino, and it's going to be Jason Varitek's grand slam in the 4th inning. Jason also added a double later in the game to drive in another run. 5 ribbies on the afternoon for Varitek.
So the Red Sox in 3 hours and 18 minutes take the final game of this 3-game series against Kansas City. The Red Sox win it 11-9. For Jerry Remy and Eric Fried, I'm Don Orsillo saying good afternoon from Fenway. Time now for WB Mason's Extra Innings with Tom Caron and Dennis Eckersley. TC?
All right, John, thanks very much. Red Sox now with a season-high 8-game winning streak as they have a 5-game lead, packing it up and hitting the road for the weekend.
Once again, the 3rd game in a row, they're down 5-0. Not to worry, the pitchers walked the house. It's probably one of the worst exhibitions of pitching I've seen, especially in the 4th inning. 5 walks, just horrible. And Varitek gets his first grand slam to put a topper on it. They get 8 runs in the 4th, and that really was the game, the 4th inning.
It's hard to give up 8 runs on 2 hits.
Yeah, it is.
2 hits in the inning, they score 8.
You see that pitcher's line, you never see that. And he got lucky that it was 4 unearned runs, but he pitched bad enough to give up 10.
How about Leo Nunez gives up 4 runs and none of them earned? We'll talk about that because I don't want to cheat you on that. I know you want to weigh in on that. Not good pitching for the Kansas City Royals as the Red Sox do what they should do. They sweep the team with the fewest wins in the American League, and the captain with the big fly. His first career grand slam, the exclamation point on a home series sweep. They take all 6 of the homestand. 11-9 the final. We're up next with WB Mason's Extra Innings.
Red Sox baseball on Nesson is brought to you in part by Albert's Furniture Showplace. Just what you're looking for in a furniture store.
Ladies, we love change. Watch this Chase Lounge turn into a chair, and watch this sofa convert into a Chase Lounge. Sorry, ladies, Bob's not included.
Red Sox baseball on Nesson is brought to you in part by Bristol Toyota, Champion Mortgage, Fireside Nissan, Marty's USRV, Valero, First Acura, Geico, Nissan of East Providence, Scott Volkswagen, Extramart, and Hyundai.
Ready for a tasty bargain? Check this out. Introducing the new 99-cent KFC Snacker. 100% hand-floured chicken breast, pepper mayo, and crisp lettuce freshly prepared on a sesame seed bun. Now your dollar goes further at KFC.
Visit Olympia Sports and enter our 30th anniversary sweepstakes to win Baseball World Championship tickets, a $500 shopping spree, A6 shoes for a year, or a brand new 2006 H3 Hummer. The celebration ends soon, so get to Olympia Sports now.
The 2005 and 1 Mixtape Tour presented by Mountain Dew takes over Boston August 21st at the TD Bank North Garden. And 1 street ball breaks ankles in an all-new show. See the Professor on Helicopter, AL Baby Shack, and all the and 1 ballers coming to you live with the hottest new moves. Tickets only $10 for kids 12 and under. You heard me, only $10. Tickets at all Ticketmasters or the venue box office. Don't forget, tickets only $10 for kids 12 and under. You think you seen street ball? You ain't seen nothing yet.
Closed captioning for Red Sox baseball on Nesson is brought to you by Aflac. Ask about it at work. WB Mason's Extra Innings is brought to you in part by WB Mason, the official office supply store of the Boston Red Sox.
Sox win. They take their 8th straight. 11-9 is the final. Matt Clement becomes an 11-game winner with plenty of offensive support, although the Royals out-hit the Red Sox 10-9 in this game. Kurt Schilling does it again. Takes care of business in the 9th inning. The home run from Mike Sweeney, not enough to do any damage. He now has, 8 saves in 9 save opportunities. Tom Caron along with Hall of Famer Dennis Eckersley. This is WB Mason's Extra Innings, and the Red Sox are rolling in the right direction, although change a couple of innings here and there over the last 3 games. They could have lost 2 out of 3 or 3 out of 3 because the Royals led on the mid-innings of every one of these games.
You know, Clement kind of set the tone with that kind of walking. He walked the bases loaded, and then he hit Brown to force in a run, and it's 2-0. Then Long cleared the bases with a double down line, so that was not a pretty inning. And you're looking at a 5-0 lead, but in return, Carrasco, the pitcher from Kansas City, does the same exact thing. And with the relievers' help, walked 5 guys, and Varitek capped it with a slam. But before that, Renneria came up with a big double down the line to clear the bags and make it 5-5 before the grand slam. But just the pitching was brutal. I mean, it wasn't like they just missed. I mean, you get a lead like that as a starting pitcher. I mean, if I'm Buddy Bell over there, it's like hard to handle. Along later in the game, the guy gets picked off in a 10-6 game. Nobody out guy first gets picked off. I mean, that is hard to stomach. So
bad baseball.
Very bad baseball.
4 errors over the last 2 nights. You know, this team was as bad as their record indicated.
And defense came into play, I think, 1 play, but not like it has earlier in the season.
Last night it was the defense, and tonight it was the pitching. I mean, you give up 9 walks. He only gave up 1 hit. You got to go after it a little bit. You got a 5-0 lead.
Yeah, I mean, you got a lead like that. You've got to throw strikes, and then they go to the bullpen. I had said that they have a nice bullpen. Well, you got to get deeper in their bullpen. You can't go to the bullpen too early. This kid Nunez looks like he doesn't know where the plate is. He throws real hard, but it's like, you know, growing pains. I have a hard time with growing pains. I have no patience, and to watch baseball played like that is really hard to handle. But the Red Sox fans love it because they win.
And it was a good comeback win today, down 5-0. The Red Sox have shown they come back from deficits. Matt Clement takes the mound today. Nearly a miraculous return for Matt Clement, who took a line drive off the head just 9 days ago, but we're past talking about that. We're talking right now about Matt Clement struggling here because going back to the 1st of July, he's given up 31 earned runs in 30 1/3 innings.
And this was, you know, I would call this typical. He's just rusty. I would say he was a little rusty because, you know, that 1 inning is the inning where he walked a lot of guys, but he was lucky that he really had a chance to get this win because in different circumstance, he may have had a hard time even get it out of the 5th inning, but you know, I mean, they scored a lot of runs for him this year, and the beat goes on. Now he's 11-3, but the 3rd inning when he walked 3 guys and nothing was even close when he missed, that looked like he swung right there, and everybody thought so, but he walks the bases loaded right here, not even close. And the next guy, Brown, comes up and he drills him. Oh my God, Brown didn't know what to do, you know. and there's a run right there, and he's thinking, oh my God, he's having a tough time. You know, you're thinking that he's a little rusty, hadn't pitched in a while. And then Long comes up right here and just flips this ball down left field line. Millard tries to cut it off. See you later. That's kind of ugly right there. 3-run score, and next thing you know, it's 5-0, and the game does not look real good right now, but luckily it's early.
And, you know, like we saw with a 4-0 deficit 2 nights ago in the first game, you really had the feeling, once they got that first run, you had the feeling Red Sox come back and win this game. And sure enough, the way Carrasco was pitching, they had that chance because of the same things that got Matt Clement in trouble. You come out and start walking guys left and right, you're not going to keep the lead.
And I think, you know, it's just like the kid that pitched last night, Snyder. He comes in here, Carrasco, and he's thinking he's got a 5-run lead. It's like, it's a little intimidating, but, you know, at the same time, you got to go after somebody right here. You know, 3-2 pitch, throw something off speed right there to Varitek. How can you throw that? You got a 5-0 lead. Like, go after somebody. He's throwing off-speed stuff right there. You know, I'd have a hard time being a pitching coach. Anyway, here's a play where the umpire got in the way, and this throw gets away. They give him a run right there. It makes it 5-2 right there. So they get a run. They're back in this game a little bit, 5-2 at the time. Hey, look at this. Not even close. Are you trying? I mean, is somebody trying? Bases loaded. Buddy had enough. I'm not going to see the bases loaded, let this guy give up his run. So I'll go out to the bullpen, let this Nunez kid come in here and clear the bags with a double down the line by Renneria.
Second pitch.
Yes, which is a beautiful thing. It's not his runs anyway. They're all unearned, as it turns out. Yeah, and we'll get to that. Meanwhile, Nunez is still in this ball game, and he's got a guy on second. He intentionally walks Ortiz. Now he's working on his own runners out there. And
Pettigene, who hadn't done much,
and he doesn't
takes
come
a walk
close
as
to
well.
Now he's got the bases loaded. All those runners are his, but they're 2 outs, and they're all unearned, and bang, there's a slam, and those are 4 runs for Nunez, but guess what? They're all unearned. But he gets the L. That's the only thing that came out of this, I guess, is that he did get the L.
You know, it's interesting. You and I were watching this develop and talking about it. It's pretty remarkable, and you don't see that situation often, but he comes in. There are already 2 outs. Now, with the error, actually, they called it a double
so that's not
error.
Fair.
Right. Why are they unearned runs? I mean, that error had nothing to do with the fact that you came into a game with 2 outs and couldn't get the 3rd out.
I mean, that's the biggest mulligan in the world. You come to the mound and the inning should be over. So that means anything that happens from here on, you're good. You're golden.
No responsibility.
It's not my.
Good luck.
All he got, though, he got the L. He needed to get the L.
He needed something.
He got something.
You give up 4 runs and get 1 out. You got to do something. He gets the L. No earnings, but he gets the L, and the Red Sox get the W, and that's what matters the most as they go out to Minnesota. They just swept Minnesota at home. Go out to the Homer Dome now and try to keep this thing going because they are definitely rolling unbeaten 3 games into the month of August. We'll have more from the clubhouses right now. We check in on Eric Fried on the field after the win.
Jason Varitek was behind the plate today for Matt Clement's return to the mound, but Varitek helped the Red Sox and Clement out at the plate with his first career grand slam. We'll talk with the Red Sox captain when we come back to Fenway Park in just a little bit.
Garvey, you're a month behind on your timesheets. I need you to work the weekend. Wear a tie at the client dinner. Garvey, where's the spell drink order? I have a question about your expense report.
The new delicious turtle nut iced latte from Dunkin' Donuts. Take a sip and leave it all behind. Dunkin' Donuts, bring yourself back.
Before, after. It's hard to believe I have hair again.
Even a little hair loss was a lot to me.
It's amazing, isn't it? No hair? Hair. I look horrible in this picture.
If you can't get used to seeing yourself without hair, call.
I waited so long.
It's not just for men, it's for us too.
Honest to goodness, real hair. It doesn't even look like myself, does it?
For more information, call 1-800-309-8415.
Take a look at our Subaru Star of the Game, brought to you by Subaru of New England. Think, feel, drive. Jason Varitek is our star of the game. A 2 for 4 afternoon. Had the double, the first grand slam of his career. Drove in 5, scored a couple. He's now got a 10-game hitting streak, hitting .372 over that stretch. The captain leading the way, and after the game, speaking with Eric Fried.
All right, a big day at the plate for the Red Sox and for Jason Varitek. But let's start with the pitching today. For Matt Clement on the mound, that must have been a great thrill for the whole team, for you specifically, but for Matt to get back out there so shortly after last week.
I can't tell you how much guts that takes to take the ball after that happened to you and run into rough times, but still try and go out there and compete. And, you know, he was a little rusty, but he still went out there and tried to compete. And, you know, I have a tremendous amount of respect for him taking the ball because, you know, that takes a lot of heart.
What did you see? Was it rust out there? Was there any after effects, do you think?
We were just missing. I think we were just missing.
When you think about what happened last week, did you have to say anything to him, or was it all on Matt just to go out there and move forward after the incident last week?
You know, we've talked about it. That's one thing this team does is we communicate. And, you know, I mean, you just can't ignore it. I mean, that's a very tragic thing that happened, but I can't tell you how much guts he has taking that ball.
For you at the plate here today, your first career Grand Slam, did the guys let you know that you're about the only guy on this team who hadn't hit a Grand Slam? Not let alone this year, your career.
Yeah, it's been a joke. Manning's got the most career, almost most career in Major League history, and I have almost the most career at-bats without one.
How did it feel to have a big contribution at the plate here today to finish off this series and this homestand the right way?
You know, really good. This Kansas City team battled and swung the bats really well, and it was nice that we were able to battle back in this game.
Jason, thanks for your time. Good luck in Minnesota.
Thank you.
Jason Varitek with the Grand Slam and an insurance run RBI later on. Now back to you.
All right, Eric, thanks very much. This, as we said, was the exclamation point. What, 120 at-bats without a Grand Slam, and the bases loaded. Although the Red Sox get them in bunches, don't they? 11 Grand Slams, and we are on, what, the 4th of August. They're 3 shy of the Major League record. David Bell, the only longer streak at 123.
It's kind of weird. You'd think he would have run into a slam. I mean, He's hit so many home runs. You think one of them would have been a slam. You know there's guys on base galore on this team, but he swung at a ball. It was ball 3 that he crushed, but he knew a fastball was coming, and he just got the head out. But he's had some clutch hits, and this year is probably his best year. He had a couple, a great offensive year a couple years ago, but I think he's going to match it. I don't know about RBIs-wise, but home runs, he's got a shot at breaking, what,
he's right around Fisk's mark,
that, 25? 26,
yeah.
He's got a shot at.
And you know, 11 for the team. And again, the Major League record is 14. These guys got 55 games left to try to catch that. They put a lot of guys on base, so they get the opportunities, and they get a lot of guys who can drive the ball.
They really do. I mean, I wouldn't call this, well, you got some guys who can hit some home runs, but this team is a doubles team more than anything. They will always lead the league in doubles, but, they get their share of home runs, and this year they got more of their share of slams. But it wouldn't be surprised me if they do break that record.
All right, let's go downstairs to the podium. Matt Clement speaking to the media live.
And, it's I can't say enough about my teammates. I needed picked up, and they picked me up in a huge way with that 8-run inning, and that goes a long ways, and for somebody's confidence, and in a time where when I went out there today, not really knowing what to expect, how I was going to feel, and man, I just thank them. They did a great job behind me today, and really helped me out, and in a time when I needed it.
You got back out there. Did everything feel normal, or did this start feel a little different just because of what happened?
It felt normal, but it also, I just didn't know what to expect. I didn't know how I was going to react. But I didn't feel any lingering effects. Maybe if somebody can show me a replay and I had some, I don't know. I felt pretty much normal as far as being out there in the atmosphere and doing what I love to do, pitch. But I also, if any effect, I felt a little bit rusty just because I had a long layoff and I really didn't throw that many pitches last time either. So it's been a while since I've really gotten that many pitches out of my arm. And, like I said, the guys it was a huge pickup for me.
Matt, the fact that you had the short outing, you had the longer rest, was it very important for your personal progress to have thrown as many pitches as you did to move forward from here?
Well, most definitely. I've gotten a lot of questions about getting hit and the whole bit, and it's nice to go out there and although I had that long inning in the middle there, not just stop it right there, to battle through. Regardless, I get, the fact that I ended up getting a win out of the situation, just the fact that I was able to go through the 5 innings, get into the 100 pitch count, and now you know, start from there and hopefully get back on track as far as a schedule and what I like to do in between my starts and conditioning-wise, throwing-wise, the whole bit, and get back onto my routine. And you know, I've gotten a lot of great support from everybody since I got hit, and but you know, that's over, and I gotta go from there. You know, I can't say enough about the fans were awesome. You know, from the time I walked out on the field today, cheering for me and behind me, and even when I gave up, you know, I gave up the runs, which isn't usual. They were still saying, "Come on, Matt, you can." You know, I could hear people yelling, "Come on, you're all right," or whatever in the stands, and you know that, you know, I guess of this day, which is such a strange day to come back. You know, the way the game went, it wasn't really a friendly day to be a pitcher, but. You know, remember just hearing the fans and knowing my teammates, you know, were pushed me through the game today, and now I can get back to where I want to be.
Matt, you've been the top starter on this team all year. Do you feel that pressure, that burden to be the #1 guy every time you go out there? Is that, pitch a great game every time? Feel any of that? Or
you know, I put that burden on myself, regardless of where I am as far as a number in the rotation or wherever else. You know, we've had, you know, I think the thing that's been pretty cool about the whole situation, the whole starting rotation this year, is everybody's had their little bit of a rough streak, and mine has come of late. But every time one of us is down, there's 3 or 4 of us pounding away and getting wins. And you know, Boomer's pitched so well since he's come off the DL. You know, way back when he hurt his foot, and you know, Bronson and Wake and Wade, we've all been able to keep this thing together. I don't think that any of us think of ourselves as a #1 or a #5. I think that we all think that we could be in that #1 or 2 hole. But I think that we all have done a pretty good job, and you know, that's the, you know, I know when Boomer and Show were out, it was you know, for us, we had to keep it together, the few guys that were in the rotation that were left and the guys that were filling in. And you know, I guess it's nice for me to see when I've struggled, guys have picked me up, and they've been pitching excellent games, getting deep into the games. And you know, you want to be considered a #1 or #2 or be the guy, and that's part of the rule. So I don't put pressure on myself. I have that standard for myself. I've had that standard for myself since I came in the league.
Do you see the end of that struggle coming?
I sure hope so. You know, it was a strange game today, and you know, sometimes baseball is a strange game, and the fact that a game like this can you know, kind of put you where you want to be in a strange way, I should say. And I felt I was throwing the ball pretty good in the Tampa game. I felt that was probably the best stuff I'd had in a while. The White Sox game, you know, I battled and had a chance to win that game, and they battled back against us. And you know, really, I haven't had that many starts since the All-Star break. The Yankee game was the down point, I guess, since the All-Star break. And you know, I'm looking forward to getting back out there in 5 days and getting back and doing my routine and doing my work.
In the 5th inning, Brown hit the ball back through the blocks. He seemed to almost kind of flinch. What were your thoughts of that?
This is the first time I thought about it, so maybe naturally I flinched. Maybe I would have naturally flinched beforehand, but I really didn't even. I was just trying to get through the 5th inning at that point, and maybe that was a good thing because it didn't even register in my brain. Maybe I'm a little slow still from getting hit, but it didn't have time to register in my brain.
All right, that's Matt Clement. He was our player profile. Interesting line, but a lot of interesting pitching lines today, because the offense was the story today. 5 innings, he gave up 5 hits, 6 runs. They were all earned. He walked 4, he struck out 5. He got the win. And you know, maybe as you heard in the press conference there, more importantly than anything else, he now knows that he can get back on the mound and pitch without being concerned about what happened in Tampa.
I think he was more excited that he went out there and could pitch. You know, we don't sit around like he has for 10 days worrying about their career, because I wouldn't be really thrilled about giving up 6 runs, but right. He is. And I don't think it really matters about, you know, and he says somebody picks somebody up all the time. And I used to look a lot happier than a guy that would have given up 6 runs, and that's because he got hit in the head last time.
Well, you heard Jason Varitek with Eric Fried. I mean, the theme here seems to be we needed to make sure this guy could get on that mound and throw pitches. and
Yeah.
not have any lasting effect from what happened.
It's probably the most important thing. And now that they won, so everybody feels good about it, and him included.
That's right. He wouldn't be happy if he went out there because
I
he'd be
wouldn't think
looking at
so.
the numbers. But he's like, all right, I'm okay. I can pitch.
That helps.
You get the offense and get back on the horse. All right, Matt Clement gets the win. 11 wins on the season, but the offense, again, is what led the day. With 11 runs behind him, the Sox make it a 3-game sweep at the Kansas City Royals and a perfect 6-0 homestand.
Your New England Ford dealer is offering you a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. It's the Ford Family Plan, where you can experience employee pricing on the full line of Ford cars, trucks, and SUVs. Plus, get rebates up to $6,000. Come in and check out Ford Focus, F-150, and Explorer. That's right, once-in-a-lifetime employee pricing and rebates up to $6,000 on your favorite Ford. Don't miss the Ford Family Plan. Going on now through August 1st. Only at your New England Ford dealer.
I'm not afraid to speak my mind. He couldn't break a pane of glass, and neither are the Boston Globe sports writers.
If we worried about him, we'd all be in the loony bin for crying out loud.
The Boston Globe Sports Plus combines New England Sports Page with New England Sports Network.
The Boston Globe sports columnists face off.
Joe loves money.
No hiding behind the pages here.
Shame on the agent.
And news-making interviews only the Boston Globe and Nesson can deliver.
The Boston Globe Sports Plus on Nesson. New England Sports Page on New England Sports Network.
Don Orsillo here with Red Sox pitcher Tim Wakefield.
Hi, announcer boy. How you doing?
Good. Well, listen, before we start, I need to warm my voice up a little bit. Could you maybe take over?
I don't know.
Great. Just follow the script. I'll be right over here.
It's August on Nesson, and the Sox are heating up.
It just keeps getting better.
Evening edition of Sports Desk, now 30 minutes. And catch Charlie Moore's Summer of Fun.
Okay, I'm ready.
You're one weird dude, announcer boy.
Listen, you have your warm-up routine, and I have mine.
Take a look at the Sox Box, brought to you by Jordan's Furniture. Edgar Renteria had a nice day at the plate, 3 for 4. A little bunt in at the end, go along with a couple of doubles. He had 4 runs batted in. Jason Varitek, 2 swings of the bat, 5 RBI at the grand slam, and the double, which drove in a run as well. Roberto Pettigini over 3 in his Red Sox debut. You heard from Matt Clement, starting pitcher today. Jeremy Gonzalez and Chad Bradford came in after that. Good 2 innings of work for Chad Bradford, and Kurt Schilling gave up the homer to Mike Sweeney to lead off the 9th inning, then got the next 3 batters, and he gets his 8th save. Let's hear from the manager, Terry Stakes. Terry, Frank, up to talk to Terry.
All right, the Red Sox finish off the homestand the way they started with a win, but the story really is Matt Clement. And can you describe or explain or put into words the kind of courage it probably took for him to get back out there today?
I'd love to try, because I think it did take a lot of courage. And he might have been a little rusty, but his heart wasn't rusty. And he gave everything he had, and he got over that start. And he didn't command real well. He had a long inning, but he stayed out there and got a win, and we know what we have in him.
Was there any chatter or talk in his early innings after the first, second inning that he was having trouble breaking through and putting that behind him?
No, Eric, I don't think so. I don't think that was it. It was more of a command, and got a little out of sync, and he's kind of fighting himself on some things. But no, it just our biggest concern was he threw 38 pitches last outing. Spent, I think, 13 days, and he's thrown a total of 38 pitches, and then he has a 38-pitch inning. So that's our concern. This guy's been a horse for us. We got to protect these guys.
So he's more frustrated than anything else, which is a good sign if that's all he's thinking about.
And he sets his standards real high, and he even said that to me, and we're glad. And again, but what he did was he didn't pack it in. I thought Tech working with him was awesome as usual. and we found a way to get it might not have been the prettiest win, but we found a way to win.
Tech's job is behind the plate, but when he can produce at the plate like he did, and finally getting, I guess there was a little monkey on his back. Manny's off the charts with his grand slams. Tech finally gets one in his career, but that's a little bonus.
Yeah, and I mean, and Tech's taking some good-natured ribbing for it. Now we can't do it anymore, but that was big. I mean, it's a big inning. You know, we talk so much about trying to put up a crooked number in an inning, and you put up an 8 spot, ends up holding up.
Okay, Terry, thanks for your time. Back to the studio.
All right, thanks very much, Frida. How about this? We told you, 1988, the last time they were perfect on a homestand of 6 or more games. They go 6-0. They are just very solid at home as they continue to rack up those home wins. They outscore their opponents on the homestand 43-28, hitting .303 in the homestand. The ERA was high. I mean, they gave up, 18 runs in 3 games to the Kansas City Royals, and they take all 3 wins. So you can see it's all about the offense. 33-18 at home now, 141 wins at Fenway Park, going back to the start of 2003. Only Oakland has a better home record.
And we talked about it in the pregame. You know, we've been talking about it all year. 24 out of the last 36 are going to be at home. So if they do the same thing they've been doing for a long, long time, they should just sort of, it'd be a cakewalk, like I said. But I got to be careful. You know, these 3 games were absolute gifts, I think. I mean, you give up that 18 runs in 3 games, you should lose at least 1 game. And they go walking away with a 3-win series. And luckily, it was Kansas City. Not to take anything away from how the Red Sox are playing, but today was an absolute gift when they gave up that. So
was last night.
Yeah.
Today it was the pitchers. Last night it was the defense.
But you take it. That's how you win.
And the Red Sox take advantage of them each time, down by a few runs in all 3 of these games, but they come back and win them all. It's our mobile changing play of the game now, brought to you by the new high endurance oils from Mobil, the oil that's changing oil, as the Red Sox rallied all the way from a 5-0 deficit in this game, and they win it. We'll be back after this.
Falling behind, and Varitek hits one deep in the air to right. Brown headed back, looking up. The first grand slam ever for Jason Varitek. And it
Inside or out, halogen light bulbs from Sylvania will have you dancing in the light. See the world in a new light.
Hey, sorry I'm late. Kind of thirsty. Let me get something to drink. Okay, it's in the door. Give me just 1 minute, and then we gotta go. Good. What's good? It's all back in my account. What's all back in your account? The $600 that was spent when my debit card was stolen.
If your debit card is ever lost or stolen and used,
But you just told the bank yesterday.
we'll put back the missing money
I know.
next business day. That's total security protection. Only from Bank of America. Higher standards.
Presenting.
Миленький, пожалуйста, мне нужно 2 килограмма мяса и 6 куриц. 2 килограмма мяса и 6 куриц. Слушай, объясни ему, он меня не понимает. Да, что я хочу? Слушай.
My mother needs 2 pounds of lamb shanks and 6 chicken legs.
Call all you want, wherever you want. Unlimited round-the-clock calling. Only from Unicell. Unicell, the way wireless should be.
For good health, I like to stay in shape.
And speaking of shapes, check out the shape of our Craftmatic adjustable bed. If you're concerned about the shape you're in, call toll-free and get this free Craftmatic catalog by mail.
You'll also receive this special $200 off rebate certificate, good for $200 off the Craftmatic Model 1 bed of your choice. To receive everything free,
Call toll-free. There's absolutely no obligation.
Call toll-free 1-800-523-7722.
It's our WB Mason delivery.